Certainly a thrill for the participants.
It's the greatest day in harness racing ever since I swept the double pool over at Tioga Downs. It's Hambletonian Day here at the Meadowlands Racetrack. I'm Ray Catolo, joined here by Mike Prebosi, Rod Allums Jr. of North American Harness Update, presenting 3 wide, 16 races of coverage this afternoon. At the very least, there's a lot more excitement, lots of these are the stakes races everyone tries to go for. We came off an Adios show. We're going to be here again for about just as long. We're starting the first race at 12 o'clock, and I do mean we orchestrated this entire thing to be starting at 12 noon. And no, it's not 12 noon. It's either noon or 12 p.m., all right? 12 noon is
12
redundant.
noon.
No, 12 noon.
12 noon.
Why are you going to be redundant about it? You want to go on the back end? You want to race from the back end? Why don't you race from the back? What is it, liquid water?
No.
They found liquid water in space. Do you know that? None of that hard water or soft water. How you doing, Mike?
Great.
Mike's wet. Mike is doing great. That's right. We are here where it's drizzling with no tent.
Why would we need one?
We're not camping.
We're soaked.
Lots of action happening. We have interviews up the wazoo, up your wazoo, there this afternoon. Some of which include Anthony McDonald from the stable.ca. He'll be coming on at some point during the show, calling a race too. We'll have Jen Bongiorno, the trainer, also a former racing personality here at the Meadowlands. She'll be coming on during the show. She has a horse in the first race, so you know she'll be here after that. We got Andrew Harris, trainer, former assistant to Casey Coleman, now runs his own operation down here. He has Lawmaker for the stable in the Hambletonian. We'll be seeing him afterwards, towards the end of the card. I'm forgetting a lot of people, Rob, but that's just because there's so many interviews that quite frankly, I'm going to get sick of people by the end of the show.
Yeah, we've got a ton of interviews. One of the co-owners of Hickory Lane Farm, Kevin Greenfield, will be on after race 3, and he is a partial owner of Tactical Landing, who is in the Hambletonian. Maggie Audley, our Hambletonian trip winner, she's going to be on here shortly. Albert Nash, he's going to be on, and Russ Adams is going to come and co-host for a few minutes.
I'm looking forward to that Russ Adams time, because that means I don't have to be on the air. But how you doing, Mike? You doing all right?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. We got 26 minutes to post for what is one of the best betting cards in all of harness racing, almost every year.
Maybe of all time.
Wow.
We say that until it chalks out at the end of the day, but it doesn't look like that it's going to be that way, at least until it chalks out at the end. But this first race coming up is the Vincennes Trot. We'll get more into that later. Mike, I know you have a full write-up up on our website, NAHUpicks.com, for today's program. What race to you, besides the Hambletonian eliminations, stands out as one of the best betting races on the card, do you think?
Well, I think the race with Hannelore is the best race. You have 12 horses there. Probably the 2 favorites are in the 11 and 12 hole. So, that makes that race extremely interesting, because trip is going to matter a whole lot. That's race 6. That's the Cashman. I like Marion Marauder in there. I feel like that, he should get an interesting setup. You get those 12-horse races, a lot of those chalks, can get in trouble from those second-tier spots. So I'm interested in that race. I'm interested in some of the multi-leg sequences. There's 3 pick 4s today. There was a lot of prices last night. This track is sloppy. They got a ton of rain this morning. So, it's still going to be wet, I think, most of the day. It should make for some good racing.
It seems like every year on the Hambletonian, it always rains early on, but then it clears out towards the afternoon. If you exempt the year Dewey Cheatham and Howe one, because I think it only stopped raining as the final went. But Rod, how are you going to read your program? It's already getting soaked as the rain is picking up, and I'm breathing in more smoke than a Tijuana cigar bar. I have no idea how I'm going to make it through 16 races this afternoon. How are you? You have your...
It's only the top. It's only race 1. Race 1 is a little soggy.
Yeah, but you know what happens when race 2 comes around? That one's going to get wet.
No, it'll stop raining here pretty quick.
I'm glad you finally got that meteorology degree out of the way.
I am a weatherman, and my forecast says it'll stop raining fairly quickly, probably before the first race.
Yeah, looking at the radar, it's supposed to stop raining sometime before Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's get turned to snow then.
50-50 chance. But lots of good races today. Actually, I'm going to start early. The race 4, the 2-year-old trot, the Peter Houghton Memorial Final. My top pick here is the 3-horse Jerry's. He's 2 for 2 lifetime. Last time he got a nice 2-hole trip, popped before the 3/4 pole, and come the last quarter in 26-4, which is that's impressive for a 2-year-old trotter.
I've seen more impressive.
But he's got a big late kick. If he gets a trip, I think he wins it. At an okay price. Because
I feel like that was a perfect trip last time, though, Rod. That's
it
my
was,
problem.
but again, Green Shoe, the 5-horse, is going to be likely a heavy favorite.
And breaking.
He does have breaking issues, but he plays in there as well. But
what about the Harris horse in that race?
White Tiger,
Yes.
yeah. Actually, we've got somebody coming on right now to talk about White Tiger. Actually,
Might as well.
Anthony McDonald is going to stop by here.
Is that who you are?
Let me get the right camera up.
Yeah, you do that. I'm doing PR right now.
Yeah, don't.
What do
So
mean?
you got White Tiger race 4 at your first drive.
Yeah.
What do you think here?
I think I don't know about the weather, but I know that White Tiger's ready. The way he qualified awesome. I know there's a lot of good horses in there. He's coming in at his very best, so I'm as curious as everybody else. It's a really good colt that I think very, very highly of, and who knows? I think the world's his oyster right now.
Yeah, and with the rail, I mean, he's got a tactical advantage there going into that first turn. So how are you going to play that scenario having the rail in this race?
You know what? That'll be up to him. I know he gets a little quirky sometimes. He can get a little hot. If he's a little hot at the gate, I'm not going to let him blast out of there because he can get real ornery real quick. He's been really, really behaved his last few starts, and I'd like to keep him that way. Keep in mind, we're racing for $422,000, but there's a lot of racing for this colt much further after and down the line for him. He's eligible to Breeders' Crown and other races. So for me, I'm not going to leave him on the track, that's for sure. I want to make sure that he still has his best foot forward next week when he races and the week after. So I'm not naive to the fact that there's a long career ahead of White Tiger after today.
Well, I know you said you weren't really sure about the weather. In terms of the track being sloppy right now, with a 2-year-old, what's the main concern with getting them over that wet surface?
I think it's very subjective for every horse. So if White Tiger doesn't mind the mud today, it won't be a problem. Where other horses, it might bother them. He's trained in the mud, he's probably schooled in the mud, but he's never raced in the mud. So I just hope when he goes on the track that he keeps his wits about him and acts like a professional, and he has been the last few starts. So that's what I expect.
Well, while you're here, the main event is the Hambletonian.
Yep.
And you have, this is your first crop of horses from the stable, if I'm not mistaken. Lawmakers from the first round of horses you had racing.
Second.
The second.
We had a very sample group. We had maybe 12 or 13 horses the first year. We had 30 the second year and 53 last year. Lawmaker was from, I guess what you would say, the official opening of the stable. Yes, he was.
And you already have a Hambletonian contender in Lawmaker. So coming into this race, Harris has been handling him coming into it. How's he going? How's he doing?
He's doing very good. I mean, obviously, when you buy a colt for $20,000 on the 5th day of Lexington, you don't expect to be standing in the winner's circle of the Hambletonian. But having said that, they don't know when you bought them and how much you bought them for. He's turned into a tremendous animal. Now there's a horse with tactical speed. You can drive him like a race car. You can drive him any which way. Nobody's ever seen him race from off the pace because he never ever had to. He just leaves as quick as you need him to get spotted wherever you want. So I don't know how it's going to play out today. I know Dave was very, very high on him last week, and I hope he gets him in the final, and I hope he drives him in the final, and I hope he wins the final. So he's a long shot, but he's always got a puncher's chance, and I wouldn't discount him. He always seems to find a way to get there when you need him to get money and to get into the photo, if you will.
That definitely makes him a great horse for your business anyway, because he's always like 80-1, 91, but he's still cashing those checks in the Beal and the good times. It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, he's always done good for us. I think the only time he was out of the top 3 was the good times. He was 5th, and then when he made that break in Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken, the horse has always made money, and and I always drove him. So Dave Miller driving him today has to actually help him over the edge. So he's got a lot going on for him. One, he raced superbly in the slop last week. Now he might have been down with other horses, but that's a huge booster for this colt. He's coming in off a massive mile in the mud with Dave Miller driving him last week. I can't imagine his confidence would be any higher than it is right now today. So you're going to see the very best form of lawmaker that could possibly be on earth right now today.
Okay, I have a $40 voucher in my pocket right now, so I'm going to keep that in
Do
mind.
you feel like he could get a little setup in the race? There's a lot of speed there. They could kind of go at it early, and he could be sitting in the garden seat there. Really.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about a big race like this, I'm certainly not going to hypothesize on what Dave Miller were doing. I'm a horrible handicapper, so I'm probably the wrong person to ask. But given his tactical speed, given the track, given those 2 heats, I don't know if you'll see everybody scream off the car, but he does it so easily. Like, he's the type of horse where he'll be quietly going up to the gate, and if you just give him his head and just chirp to him once, he just switches gears literally like a Ferrari, and he can go out of there as quick as you want. You can stop him as fast as you want. He's probably, I don't know about the other horses, but he's got to be one of the handiest top flight horses that I've ever seen like this. And I mean, just say there's been a lot of very, very good horses. He's an okay horse in this regard, but he is handy as a shirt pocket, and he can really, really move.
Now, have you seen him develop into a much... You obviously would see him develop stronger, but has he really just been catching your eye more and more as the season's gone on?
Well, I'd be lying if I said last week wasn't an eye-opener for a lot of people. I mean, I've always had a lot of faith in the colt. He raced well in the Beal, but he was 75-1. People didn't give him a lot of credence, and maybe that was because of me. I don't know, but I know that I can tell you right now, his best days are ahead. Obviously, when you look at a horse that the best race of his life was a week ago into his 3-year-old career, he's going to get better. So as the Hambletonian ends, then we have a number of other races, and we have the Breeders' Crown at the end of the year. So, truthfully speaking, he had injured himself at the start of the year, just a minor injury, but it kept him out of the first 2 sire stakes in Pennsylvania. But that might just be enough to keep him fresh at the end of the year. So if we have a good-looking lawmaker today, he's only going to be better on Breeders' Crown Day 2018, I think.
And you have one more horse in today with Cruising in Style in what was the Townsend Ackerman, now the Donnie Darko. I forget what the name of the stake is.
Drazen or something, yeah.
That was close.
Yeah.
But that horse, I remember early in the season, seemed like one that could just get off the gate and go all the way, but he seemed to have a couple of issues with stamina, if I'm not mistaken.
He's an aggressive horse. He's a bully. And he was almost, he was eligible to the Hambo, and he was almost there, but we did end up putting him on Lasix, and I think Andrew made the right choice in saying maybe 2 trips for him. Obviously, when we enter the Hambletonian, you don't expect it to be a muddy track.
Yeah.
Right.
But, it's usually a searing hot day here in New Jersey, and for a horse like him to go 2 trips, it might have been a lot to ask. So given his temperament, and given all that we know about the colt, we opted to maybe race him in an overnight. He raced great in New York. I think they're using this race as a prep again for the New York Sires next week. So a lot of a bright future still ahead for Cruising in Style. Also, really, really strong, fast colt, and his best days are ahead for sure. Also,
the yearling sales are coming up too. How many did you buy last year with the stable?
53.
50. You're gonna go. You think you got more?
We already got 9. So we have 9 that are sent to us already privately. That number will probably balloon to 20, and we'll probably buy another 30 or 40. So I would see maybe mildly eclipse last year's purchases, I would think.
Wow, that's incredible.
It seems like not just these horses, but you're going well all over the place with the stable, from what I can tell.
Yeah, we're white hot right now in Ohio. We have 5 really, really good horses, 1 unbeaten horse in Ohio. And I don't like name dropping, but in Indiana, the best colt right now that everybody's looking at is Swandre the Giant. Swandre the Giant's ours. I bought him at the sale for the gentleman that owned him in Illinois. 4 partners own him, real good people. I bought him for $17,000. We trained him down. He left the stable.ca at the end of May and moved to Brandon Bates, and Brandon's done a tremendous job with that colt. But there's another horse that came out of the stable.ca. So we have See in Tuscany, the pacer that's undefeated in Ohio. We have Swandre the Giant undefeated in Indiana, and really White Tiger's undefeated, although he only raced once. He's undefeated in Pennsylvania. We have 3 top flight undefeated colts in North America, and we have some good horses in Ontario too. So we've been extremely lucky and fortunate this year to have the horses we have, but we put a lot of hard work into them, and we're not surprised at all.
Well, Anthony, it definitely seems like the stable's taking off, and
I hope so.
I know you won't be getting my money because I just need to get through college.
Yeah,
that's a priority.
Yeah,
right?
we're laying the foundation now. We're looking for after college. We're looking for the long game here in horse racing also.
I see. I got to worry about getting food in my tum-tum now.
Yeah.
Anyone else have anything else to say, Anthony? Because
we're going to talk to you after you drive the first one.
After the 4th?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you quietly when I come over here when I'm supposed to be over here. So I'm going to be here after the 4th?
You're going to call the 5th for us.
called. Now when you said, 'cause I said, just to set the record straight, I said I would be comfortable being mic'd if, and then you said, oh, he's gonna call. I'll call her. You want me to call a race?
I want you to call a race.
Like a literal race on the track?
Yes. We'll have the feed up here.
Ray does it.
That's. I did do that
Now-
twice, you know. I
Yeah.
have announced 2 races
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, so you're going to do it for all your fans
like I've done it 100
that
times.
are in the stable now because they're going to be watching. We know they're watching right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do
Hey,
it for them.
I'm happy to do it. I don't know if it would be what you want.
I don't know if it's good for your business, but
it's better than listening to him all day. So
It beats karaoke. That I draw the line at karaoke. I'll announce a race, but I will not sing.
not only that, after the race, you could tell us what went wrong. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, oh, yes.
I'm kidding.
Yes.
But Anthony.
Now, thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll be back over
good
in a
luck
while.
today.
Ooh, firm.
and get a winner.
He's got a firm hand.
Racing and entertainment, we are pleased to
You always want men with firm hands.
shows the daughter who
He's got to ask him something, but we're not really going to talk much more about that
All right,
conversation.
so what do we have?
We have 13
Going
minutes.
on. Good.
I feel like a great name for a band is Men with Firm Hands. You have Men at Work, Men
No,
Without
that's not. That's not a good band name.
I don't know that that's a good band name.
There was a concert a long time ago. Uh-oh.
We have anthems.
Hey, it's Canada.
We
don't
have
stand.
anthems, so we're going to turn the
Okay.
feed on real quick because we have to actually stand up and do this
All right.
because we're not mean.
Turn your mic off.
Thanks a lot.
I can't get up. No, I've never known the lyrics to this song.
You don't watch enough hockey.
I don't watch any hockey. That was good timing. Oh yeah, we'll catch more down here. Uh-oh. Well, there sure is no country like America, if I do have to say so myself. We're back. getting ready for the racing action to start, which that reminds me, I think there should be a new national anthem. We've heard the same one for so long. You can use the same melody, but just change the lyrics.
No.
Albert Brooks had a great idea for it. His idea was, oh, we all stand here waiting for the ball game to start. I think that's at least...
What?
That's a great direction for the anthem
it's
to
not,
possibly move
actually.
towards. Well, you guys...
The rain has subsided.
You guys aren't innovators. Welcome back. Welcome back.
The rain has subsided. And
Chicago.
we can take our shirts off of...
No,
well,
keep
not
your shirt
us.
on,
Not
please.
us.
Please keep it on.
Take the shirts off of our equipment
I
here.
like the rain's done, right?
We didn't want
I
to...
think so, because I see blue.
We didn't want to get electrocuted, so...
Don't walk away. You have to wait for one of us.
I see skies of blue.
And it is getting warm here at the Hambletonian. High of 88 today.
Which, you
It's gonna
know-
be a little warm. We're gonna be cooking later.
88 in Jersey temperature is I will drop dead by race 11.
I'll be good to go.
Well, we're glad.
I might turn into a lobster, but I'm gonna be good to go. I love the heat.
This first race is coming up in 9 minutes. Let's get some odds. Let's look at some odds. So we have right now 9 to 5. I think it's the 5. Okay, Obrigado's the favorite. Oh, Paul Kelly's somewhere around here, I bet.
He is.
I think he needs to stop and see us, too.
He's in the paddock. Paul, I have men looking for you, and they will corral you one way or another.
Oh, and we want to
I
say
thought-
before we get into handicapping, make sure you share the broadcast because after every stakes final, we're going to be doing a giveaway. So if you hear your name on one of the giveaways, just shoot me a message on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll get the prize out to you.
People have won stuff before.
We've got like 13 giveaways today.
People had
13.
$50 Hambo win bets for today. People had trips to the Hambo for today. People had T-shirts and swag bags and all kind of stuff that we've given away so far.
Which that reminds me, do we know who they decided to bet in the Hambo?
Yeah, we got bets for Atlanta, Wolfgang, if he makes the final.
Yeah, we have to wait for the
yes.
final.
And Fourth Dimension.
Oh wow.
Who else?
Fourth Dimension.
Oh wow, okay, that'll be a big price.
Uh-oh, here comes the sun. All
Looking
right.
for value, and the Fourth Dimension bet. If he wins his elimination, I've been told to parlay the winnings.
So we're betting the elimination and the final.
Yes,
That will be quite the wager.
You see,
that would be about $1,000 win
Oh,
bet.
more than that.
other contests that give away bets, they don't follow directions like that.
Other
People give away
contests.
win bets like that.
Yeah, other content. We're giving away T-shirts, hats, swag bags, autographed posters.
I don't even get that.
Oh God, there's selfie stations here. I might have to leave before Russ comes on.
Yeah, no.
We need you.
Oh, that's very touching. They'll make for a great therapy
So pick
session
5
next
to
week.
start.
Oh,
pick
pick
5 to start
five.
the first race.
That's you guys.
No?
So
I don't like the
race
multi-races
one.
on these days.
Race one is the Vincennes Open.
Oh, hold on, I gotta say this. I don't like them because I think every race is so wide open that there's more money to be made vertically than horizontally.
Well, I think that depends. If you like prices, especially, or if you're against the big favorites, I think that horizontally is the way to go.
You know how I've stood on this for a long time, and it does not
Well,
change.
you have a long way. I mean, you've got time. You might change your mind eventually.
What you hit me for?
You scoot over a little bit.
All right. Don't hit me. We got 5 minutes to post. Let's talk more about this race before we get into multi-races, unless you can quickly go through the horses you think are keys in this $50,000 guaranteed pick 5.
Whatever you want to do. I would think that there's probably at least about 10 minutes to post time here for this first race.
Yeah, as they're still getting horses warming up around the track. I see Tactor as a couple for the third race go by. I gotta keep an eye. So far, I'm 2 for 2 on horses that have stood out to me warming up.
Yes.
So I gotta keep an eye out for
Could
that.
be a little
Yeah.
chalky in this pick 5. I mean,
Oh, now, okay. Now, okay.
it could be.
Now, race one is the Vincennes Open, field of 10, with an entry 1 and 1A of Lagerfeld and Pinkman from Tactor Barn. For me, Sutton was my top pick.
scratched.
But that changes the entire dynamic of the race with him being scratched. So I'm flipping a little bit here. I had Obregato second. I'm going to go with Muscle Diamond on top and Obregato second now, just because of the change with Sutton being scratched, because he was a big player in this race. So it changed my handicapping a little bit. So Muscle Diamond, my top choice here. He draws inside, going from post 7 2 starts ago and making 2 moves and winning that race in 150-1 to last week the 8-hole at Harris Philly, and just had no chance. So the inside move is going to help him. Obregato, he's very versatile. He's an older horse, 1.7 million on his card, very classy. I think he has to be used in some aspect. Currently 9-5 favorite, so I'm a little bit chalky in this first race.
Yeah, Muscle Diamond currently is 5-2. I'm looking, as you guys know I do, I'm looking at odds. I'm price shopping right now. I'm looking at the 8 Rose Run Sydney 5-1. Okay, I was wondering what this horse would be because off the 8-1 morning line. Satin Dancer has a lot of gate speed. Maybe not a lot of class at this level, but has still been racing decently enough. We're at 14-1. I think that this horse is worth using underneath, but the problem is I got to figure out who's going to be on top first. But I think at 14-1, Satin Dancer certainly could be live.
I don't know. I think the 2 is a likely speed horse from the rail. It's currently taking action 7-1. Won on this day last year. I feel like Muscle Diamond is the play, though. Should get a perfect trip. I love that race 2 back. That was a huge race that night. The track was fast, 50-1. Then, missed a couple weeks there. Ended up in the 8-hole at Philly, which is Graveness. Still finished second. This horse is coming in very well. Should get a nice trip from this post. No Sutton in the race now. I feel like the 3 is must use in his first race.
Well, what about this 6 horse, also currently 14-1, Rubber Duck, shipping in from Yonkers, has been racing decently over on that circuit. Maybe another one that seems a touch below this, but would you consider using him at that price?
Yeah, I would use underneath. I don't know about on the win end, but this horse has a massive kick, and the big track doesn't hurt him whatsoever. There's class. This horse has been known to upset things. Has made a ton of money this year, a ton of money last year. Just very consistent. This race, there's a lot of horses that likes to race up close. I could see them sitting and trying to one punch, picking up a lot of pieces.
As drivers are currently running back to the shuttle to get ready for later in the day. We just saw Dave Miller, George Brennan. Oh, they're holding hands. It's so cute. And John Boonchain's walking right behind him. But you again, you see that?
No, you mentioned the pick 5 earlier.
Yeah, I was about to say to that. You said it would be okay. Then you thought it would be chalking out. We got some time. You probably have some horses that you think are worth using in this sequence, especially in these 2-year-old races where I could bomb one.
Yeah, the second race looks chalky. I mean, the top 2 mares or fillies are, likely going to, win or be, one of them is probably going to beat the other. They just have been dominant the entire year, so I think I'd skip over that race. The third race is wide open. That starts to pick 4. There's a number of different ways you can go in that race. Really no clear favorite. Probably is going to make the ticket.
See, in that third race, I like how do you say it? Basquiat.
Yeah.
I like that horse a little bit there.
Never liked her.
Johnny Tactor jumps on, draws post 5. The horse plays. I mean,
my problem is I feel like she's going to be overbet, like for default purposes. Like a lot of these look the same. It's a difficult race.
Well, we're talking about the Frank Zanzuki, which is what was the Duena, which usually gathered a bunch of Hambletonian Oaks eligibles that just didn't make the final or chose not to enter. And I think as they're getting ready to come onto the track, what really plays in this kind of race is you want horses from the Oaks elimination. So I'd be looking at a horse like the 11 Perfect Summer K, who will be trailing Repentance, who most likely will be placed towards the front. This horse back on Lasix, so you can toss that last race completely because the Hambletonian is a no Lasix race. And she's been racing decently coming up into it. That race in the Del Miller is fantastic, outracing her odds. She's going to be a live long shot in that race.
Yeah, I think she plays well. I like the 4 quite a bit, though. Follow Streak, steps up. Okay. Raced well in the Stallion Series there at Philly. Then, had a really tough trip at Philly, and the numbers of 5 at 3-5 still won. This horse has won 4 times out of 6 races. Steps into the race where it doesn't have to get any killers. Draws well. I think this horse plays pretty well in here at a price also.
Right now, we see the horses parading on the live feed up to the 3 Muscle Diamond. Andrew McCarthy actually stopped by to say hi to me. I didn't know he knew what I looked like. That's always a bit humbling.
Celeb status.
Well, what about for you? Because we see the horses parading, but talk more about this pick 5.
Another one I would use in the third race there is the 3 Winback Noel. Oran Kielstrom driving. I think from the inside, this horse has a sneaky good chance here. Just needs to get a trip. That would be my biggest price play of the sequence.
My problem with her is, you know, she was 60-1 against non-winners of 2. So, I mean, these are better than that. You know, what's she going to be against these horses?
Well,
150-1?
65-1.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's a price play.
that's going to be more than
We like giving out
an absolute
prices.
Ridiculous. Play.
However comfortable you are with losing this 4th race, though, what's tough with these 2-year-old races, and we saw it last year, there's a lot of promise in some of these live long shots, but other times horses just flat out faster than others. Green Shoe, with how this track is right now, it's a little wet. I'd be worried about him, but he's also so fast that if he breaks, it might not matter.
Yeah, he's very fast, and he's had both of his career starts. He's made breaks behind the gate and came back to win. So that just shows you what kind of speed he's got, and he's a must-use. I'm also going to use the 3-horse Jerry, who is coming off a good race. We talked about that one a little bit earlier.
That's a great race.
And I think either one of these 2 can win, and I'm going to stick with just those 2 in the pick 5.
I like some prices in the race. I like the 1 White Tiger for sure. That was a massive race at the Meadows. You know, this horse's debut at Woodbine was a crush job, pretty much a jog at 1 to 2. Draws well, is very capable, especially with the question marks with the favorites. And then the 10, I feel like has a chance also. This horse has done little wrong. Gets Dave Miller now, is 2 for 2. It's probably, I realize moving outside and had 2 1-holes, but the 1-hole isn't necessarily the place to be for these 2-year-olds. So, the 10-hole might not be so bad either. It's against it a little bit, but you're going to get a price there, especially in, relative to the 3 and the 5 in the race.
I think the horse, like Jerry, looks good in that race, but Don't Let Him looks even better. He's probably going to be a better price. Was second to Jerry last out, kicked home faster than Jerry, and did it going first over. Don't overlook that horse.
Yeah,
Don't let him go.
I could see.
Over 8 to 1.
I could see that horse.
And then finally, you have the Jim Doherty Memorial. First things first, the Ice Duchess. She might get a lot of play, but she was fantastic in the eliminations last week. She just missed by a nose. A Special Honor split horses late. Special Honor's not going to take. She's going to take a little more play, but I think she's going to be heavily undervalued. The Ice Duchess for me in that race is probably the one to use. Hanover's Best, also an honorable mention. She was so aggressive last week in the elimination. I think she's going to be a live long shot.
See, I prefer the 2 in the race. I feel like she was outside, took a lot of air there, and was still a little green. This horse has a lot of talent, and I feel like she should get a trip from this inside. Could be ignored a little bit in the race. You're going to get 5 or 6 to 1 there, and if the horse trips out, it only has to be in front for the last couple steps to really to finish it off. So I don't mind that horse in the race.
Well, this is another race too where it looks like they could all just be blasting off the gate, but that's with 2-year-olds. A lot of them just show that speed because most of them either race from an inside spot and they just inherit the front. Because when you watch these races, sometimes a lot of the horses don't even get to the gate because you're trying to train them to get up there without losing stride, without getting scared. And it's really tough to get a 2-year-old with a lot of gate speed. The 10, for instance, is one that should be leaving, as she has in the past, if I'm not mistaken.
The 9's going to leave also.
Yeah.
The 1's going to leave. I mean, there's a lot of speed in the race. I feel like the 5's going to be overbet off that rally, and that worries me. And plus, Jingra chose off and went elsewhere, so...
As we had 0 minutes to post, update on the odds. Obrigado still the favorite. Now it's 6 to 5, 2 to 1 on Muscle Diamond. 6 to 1 then on the entry of Lagerfeld and Pinkman.
11 to 1 on the 2. Corral Hanover.
That's not a bad price.
No, not a bad price at all.
Although I just have this feeling he's gonna break behind the gate. I have that. He shows that break 2 back. He might just get a little ahead of
It's the only
himself.
break on the page.
Yeah.
This horse gets the front. He could be tough.
Muscle Diamond's going to the front, though.
I could see that horse sit in the pocket in the race. I don't know what the 5's going to do. That's the curious part of it.
As we're playing with F12. Playing with our setup.
Curious what the
As
Dolphins
it
are paying.
goes.
What, did you see a thing?
Yeah, that's as bright as it goes. Fantastic. I'm calling with the sun to our backs.
3-2 doubles 23. 3-4 is 11. So there's a lot of value with You Are My Candy Girl in that second half of the double.
Ron, if you hold the program up and block the sun,
70,000 in the pick 5 pool.
I should be okay. We got 40 seconds to post. I can't really say I'm too interested in anything on the board right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That
early.
kind
You
of
got a
played
lot
out.
of
I mean,
races here.
the 3-horse currently 2-1. Muscle Diamond coming off. You know, he loves this track, so I would actually be willing to put a win bet on him at 2-1.
Well, I know I've been all over the place in terms of horses I've been mentioning. Well, I get a little bit. But I agree with you. Muscle Diamond, if we're talking about most likely winner, it's probably Muscle Diamond. I'd throw Sortie underneath. At 24-1, he could be the one to make this triple big. So maybe Muscle Diamond on top of Sortie and Obrigado.
I think if you're going to play a closer, I would use the 6. And he's 25-1 also.
Well, they're in behind the gate getting ready to go here for the first race. Oh, this is fantastic.
Sponsored by PMU. And it's for $30,000. It starts the daily double.
Oh, there they go. They're right behind us.
Hambletonian.
This field for the Vincennes Trot in motion and approaching the start.
Muffin trotting, Satin Dancer leaves hard from the outside along with Pinkman up there. Obrigado trying to hustle out.
They're off in trot, and Satin Dancer shows speed to the outside with Pinkman alongside. Obrigado leaves out two. Rose Run Sydney floats out for position to the inside. Corral Hanover and Muscle Diamond around that first turn. 6 of them up towards the front. Lagerfeld tucks in towards the back with Sortie and Rubber Duck last of all the opening quarter. Pinkman moving up to take the lead from Satin Dancer. Getting away third then. Obrigado that opening quarter. They're buffering that opening quarter. There's third to be second. Up to match strides with Pinkman and take a narrow lead. Clear the front to 3/8. Satin Dancer tracks third from Corral Hanover, fourth leading, then Muscle Diamond fifth. Lagerfeld is sixth to the inside of Rose Run Sydney moving outside. On his back, Sortie and Rubber Duck remains last of all to the half mile. Favorite here, Obrigado, a length and 3/4 ahead of Pinkman in 54-2, 27-4 that second quarter. Corral Hanover tipped from fourth and is moving first over, up to be second now around that final turn, carrying Muscle Diamond second over. Rose Run Sydney is third over, with shuffled back to the inside Satin Dancer to be fifth. Seventh then Lagerfeld. Outside towards the rear of the field, Sortie and Rubber Duck is entering the flow. Fifth over to 3/4 they go. Corral Hanover to the outside matches strides with Obrigado. Then Pinkman locked in with Muscle Diamond ready to tip 3 high on their back. Rose Run Sydney 3/4 quick in 1:22-4. Corral Hanover has powered to the lead into the lane now. Corral Hanover leads Obrigado to the inside. Muscle Diamond outside trying to get by. Pinkman looks for room in between them. I'm just stalling as the feed picks up into that 8th pole. They're still there. The movement is stalled, but Muscle Diamond is rushing off cover and trying to trot by Obrigado to the inside. Corral Hanover between Satin Dancer and Lagerfeld to the far outside. Muscle Diamond with Satin Dancer to the line. It's Muscle Diamond. Lagerfeld looks like got up for second from Satin Dancer to the inside. At final time. At final time. At final time. I don't know, but there's Rubber Duck.
Malfunction.
At final time, malfunction.
So as predicted on
So maybe they went in
NAHUpicks.com,
43.
Wait,
Muscle Diamond wins the first at 2-1.
what does the timer say?
He just said it was a malfunction.
I know, but I'm curious what it
It
says.
says like 40.
Oh. Which, by the way, this is the hard thing with what I do. I was all over the place, as I said. Satin Dancer was the first horse I mentioned. I say, no, I'm going to go with Sortie. And Satin Dancer gets third. To Muscle Diamond, who we all agreed was probably going to win the race. He was the most likely winner.
Well, perfect trip
Yeah, and he
didn't
was
hurt.
2-1.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, he wasn't the favorite. I thought he would go off favorite. But there you go.
although
Another NAHU winner. Bang, bang.
All of the horses to get second, Lagerfeld.
He raced well.
The big,
Yeah, he did race. I mean, he was in the right spot.
Oh,
too,
yeah, he
though.
got
I mean,
perfect
that
setup.
didn't hurt. So I'm not sure how the front end's going to be, but
151.
you know, they did go at it though pretty well. It did set up for the horses sort of a little bit off the pace. We'll keep an eye on the racetrack for sure.
I think per usual is probably going to be a fair track.
It looks,
it's
that was legit the first race.
Again, the track's going to change because
Right.
the rain is out.
Yeah,
and
finally.
And it's going to get very, very fast. That was a fast mile right there.
How do you know?
Well,
Trust me, this track is going to be lightning later.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone thinks that when this track gets wet, it's supposed to slow down. It's faster wet. The
It's
Meadowlands
fast
is
wet.
one of those
It tends
tracks.
to get faster. I
Yeah.
agree.
But right now, when you get this transition from the rain to the
9 got
sun,
second.
that's when the track gets sticky until the water gets absorbed.
This is going to be a nice ticket.
But 151 there, that's a good mile just to start the day.
And what did we learn? We learned that first instincts are the best instincts.
We learned that.
The 3.9 exact
I
is
gave out
going to be
another winner.
decent. And with that, we turn the page. One race down, 15 to go.
And there will be 2 separate feeds today. We will be taking a break after
The eliminations.
Right before the eliminations, we're going to take a
Okay.
break. So on the second broadcast feed, you do not want to miss the Hambo Limbs and the Hambletonian final. Plus all the other older aged horses are going to be on that second feed as
Oh,
well.
they have a little pony walking around. Can I ride him, you think? You think
No.
they let me ride? Come on. I can make weight.
I'm just waiting for him to crash.
So one thing of interest, if anybody really cares, is a horse that I have a share in. To his credit, races in the 4th at the Meadows today. So
How does it... I always wondered why other tracks race on days like this.
why? Because you have a lot of eyes watching. You have, and guys like to bet different things in between races. Why do they run on Derby Day?
I asked the same
Do
question.
you think it should just be one track so they get every bit of handle?
I can't bet everything. I don't want to bet everything.
Well, that's your problem, not the rest of the world. So,
I want the rest of the world to conform to me.
and the Meadows has already started. They're on race 2.
Where's that airplane going? Hey, where'd you guys park, by the way?
In the parking lot.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yes. Because
I,
it was pouring rain and we had equipment. Remember?
I'm still...
Yeah, you were still at breakfast.
No, I'm a blue-collar
No,
man. I walked in. We parked our own car.
Yeah.
Because I speak...
You're lucky I wasn't there to flatten the tires.
I speak for a true American. There's a police officer over there. I can bring him over.
We are gonna
'Cause
fry.
his life matters. Second race coming up in 9 minutes. It was so nice when the breeze came in. It's not nice now when the breeze stopped.
It's getting warm.
It's that sun. It's that no good sun
Really?
of yours. No,
Really?
not that one. That sun.
Yeah.
I
Doubles.
realize.
Yeah, we went.
Double to the 2 is
we wouldn't
$47.
guess.
Oh, that's another.
No.
Sorry.
The Shady Daisy. What's Alexis Power right now?
3-year-old fillies on the pace coming up, $96,600, and we're gonna give something away after this race.
Whoa. Alexis Power's 10 to 1.
1 to 5
It's
on the
early.
4.
That's early.
But looking at the doubles, the 4 is $10 in the double, the 2 is $22, the 8 is $83. So that's probably about right as far as the 8 goes.
I'd be betting Alexis Power in this race.
Why? She's never beat the top 2 whenever she's faced them this year,
Well, look at the Lynch
and
race.
she has the 8 hole.
She's close. The other thing too, I see the 2 and the 4 going at it, or there's gonna be some kind of hot pace.
But it didn't matter.
Remember
when they
when
do
Always
go
Be
at it,
Mickey
it
was
doesn't
here?
matter.
Remember when Always Be Mickey was here and he looked unbeatable, and Shambhala got the perfect trip and beat them all in the U.S. Pacing Championship?
One
That
thing has
stuff
nothing to do with
happens.
the other. It does happen, but
It
not
happens.
in. Yeah, but she's not proven that she's been better than these horses. She had a stone cold perfect trip at the Meadows and barely won.
But you know how close she was in the Lynch? She wasn't far behind.
But she's still third best
In that race, this is the
all year.
this is the chance that she has to prove it. 8 to 1 now.
I still-
I'm here to take a chance. I'm not going to take 7 to 5, 1 to 5 on the 4.
I'd rather bet the 2 in the race.
I would want the 2 at 3 to 1.
Why not?
Because if you're right, and Kissing in the Sand is truly the best because she's beaten them every time, and she wins, I'll pass the race. I'm not going to take an $8 horse to beat something that is looking to be a 75%, or rather 83% possibility in the 4 winning.
Okay, she was, even money to the 4 earlier in the year. I mean, if you think that the 2 gets a better setup and you're getting 3 to 1, then why wouldn't you accept 3 to 1 on the 2 horse? Who probably has an equal chance to win the race as the 4 does.
I don't think so. The 2 is always one that burns her engines out early. That last race, you could say is an exception, but it wasn't as strenuous a mile as they could possibly go here.
No, I don't mind that. I
Well,
actually,
no.
I like that easy race last time.
Yeah,
I like
last
that.
time he never even pulled the earplugs
Yeah.
on her, and she was well in hand. And I think that race was a very good prep for this race, a $40,000 prep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that-
this horse has
that
made over
bodes
$1 million.
well for
She'll make me $0.
You can sit here and watch her win. I mean, I thought there was a lot of value in the double. You get $22 in the double.
Yeah, my top choice here is the 2, You Are My Candy Girl. But, I think we're all a little bit chalky in this race.
Oh, you are, yes. Certainly.
But,
In my
again,
opinion,
I'm looking at the second choice again here. I'm not looking at the top choice. I mean, she can obviously win. She's 1 to 5 currently. Could go off, 2 to 5, 3 to 5, something like that. Just the price is too short right now. That's my thing.
what about value in the tribe? Like, I would be against the 8 to even be third in the race. I mean, do you think that there's some value in the tribe?
I don't understand how you think she's not there.
Yeah, there's always value in the try, I think, because here it's $1 minimum. So you have to play it for $1 minimum bet. And
What I don't like about her was she was 4 to 5 to win that race at the Meadows and got a perfect trip and barely won. So I don't really like to bet horses off perfect trips necessarily. I feel like that there is value with some other ones in here.
Well, here's the thing. You'd be betting her to get a perfect trip because you can read a program and see that she's not as good as Kissing in the Sand, but she can win off the setup. That's how you have to bet her.
But she's never won before off the setup. Show me where.
Last time.
No.
What do you mean, no? That was
Against
the setup.
different horses.
Against different horses.
I'm talking about
Excuse
against
me.
these types.
The fact that she was still third against these horses doesn't make me think that she doesn't belong here.
But she was beaten close to 4 lengths in that
That was
race.
2 lengths.
3.5.
2 1/4.
3.5.
I'll give you 2.5. That's my final offer.
Whatever. Read the book.
Hey, I might have to.
It's not a great race.
well,
to bet in.
if you want a long shot to use in the try underneath,
What about Dance Blue? At 30 to 1.
no, I think the 1, believe in me.
Maybe.
Gonna sit up close.
Certainly you do.
It's
And
Pelling.
has some early speed. Her races here, she's been kind of just tucking and sitting, but today she's going to be rolling as hard as she can go out of there, without burning herself out against You Are My Candy Girl and Kissing in the Sand. So I expect her to leave and get a nice trip on the rail and could make this trifecta
What
very
about
nice.
the 5? What's wrong with the 5 and the 6 for third?
The 5 was incredibly empty last time.
Well, she was completely misdriven in that race, I thought. But she never made the gate and, gets Waugh back. Has gotten checks in these races before. Is not that far behind some of these. So,
I don't know. It was 4th behind Alexis Power, so I don't really know how you can weight that back in the Lynch final.
yeah, I mean, there's...
I
I don't rate her bad in the race.
Oh,
I like Waugh getting back, and you're getting 30 to 1.
And
So,
want to give a quick shout out to everybody watching right now. I
In
just looked.
Iceland. Oh.
No, I just looked.
Okay, everyone.
We've already got people from 4 different countries watching our feed. So thank you all for watching and keep sharing it. You might win a prize.
Yeah, we want to break through to those Macedonian audiences, to Croatian audiences, to Moldova. There's still Moldova. Wait, there's not even a Macedonia anymore, is there?
No.
We want to appeal to a 1980s geography of the world.
no, we don't.
We got
Oh, I dropped my pen.
we got a little Irish action. We've got Canada,
That's
U.S.
never bad action.
A couple guys from Sweden watching, and I saw one of my friends from Italy watching. So keep sharing it.
It definitely helps that this is in the afternoon. But it also doesn't help that it's in the afternoon because the sun just came back out.
We should have brought some sunscreen, I believe, because we're in trouble.
Oh, you guys definitely need it. My skin is perfect. 2 minutes to go here. The track has been upgraded from sloppy to good. Maybe a little bit later it'll be upgraded from good to all right.
It's hot.
It's getting there. I miss the breeze. I would take it if this food truck right next to us, if the front engine just blew something on us. Any kind of air.
Gas, oil.
It would be cool. It would be cool oil.
No, it would be hot.
Have you not heard of cool oil?
No.
I feel like there could be
Oh,
value
this
in pick
hot.
3s here if you can beat the favorite in this
Yeah.
first race.
Oh,
Because the next two races are extremely wide open.
Oh, that's right. The next race is. Oh, that's Chad Rosemont. Okay, I got confused.
Yeah, we've got all our friends from.
Chad, hopefully he comes to visit us. He likes us.
Oh, yeah, the next race is Zanzuki and then the 2-year-old.
Just so you guys can see the odds real quick, we'll pop those up. So current 3 to 5 favorite is the 4 Kissing in the Sand, which we kind of expected. 2 You Are My Candy Girl at 2 to 1, and third choice is the 8 Alexis Power at 6 to 1. So currently, you know, I don't like the price on Alexis Power. Just too short for me, I guess, from the outside.
I hate to say this after the argument I put up, but I agree with you. 10 to 1 was way more appealing to me, but now the odds are leveling out as they should in this race. But I didn't mean to interrupt you at the same time, but they're also going to be parading momentarily.
Yeah, we got a post parade coming up, and I do want to check and see how far. Okay, we're only about 5-7 seconds behind, so I caught back up.
By the way, we drove all the way out here to New Jersey just so we could watch the races on a screen when they're happening right in front of us.
I flew out here and then jumped on 3 trains. Put in work. Hashtag.
While your airport didn't.
Yeah, there were travel issues at Newark yesterday. They had no water, so.
There's always travel issues in Newark.
Right.
There's just issues in Newark.
It was a hassle. Luckily, I got
No, it was
a flight.
a hassle last week, not the hassle.
No, I had a hassle.
Okay.
But luckily, I got here. We're good to go. And tons of viewers already.
Not only that, I already see a bunch of people with their alcoholic beverages. The party is starting here. They finally stopped playing the John Williams Orchestra behind us. When we came in here, they had Indiana Jones on loop for a solid hour.
Yes.
While Ken Workington was talking.
Just on repeat.
Which thankfully they turned it off because we got copyright strikes when we were at Mohawk with a cover band playing music. Oh, there's a kid in a lawmaker show. That's adorable. We had Anthony McDonald on here.
We should have asked Anthony about the how many people were involved with that horse, because I'm sure there's quite a few.
I'm going to take a guess here, a shot in the dark, while sitting in the light. 5,000 people.
No.
Okay. I said it was a shot in the dark.
A big shot.
Oh, I'm just exercising.
Yeah, if you look inside and outside, there's 5,000 people here.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna be here a while.
Yeah.
4.
It's early.
So those of you, I want to point this out because we haven't explained this yet. Betting.
Yes.
When we're talking about betting, an exacta, Ray, is
You're trying to bet the horse that's going to finish first and second in that order.
a trifecta.
First, second, third in that order.
And this race we have a superfecta, which is.
First, second, third, and fourth.
Why are you yelling?
In that, I'm trying to emphasize that it's in that order.
Yeah.
You can't unless you box it.
So, and then the other things we've got are pick bets. We've got pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, and those are
Quite literally, you're picking the winner of 3 races, 4 races, or 5 races.
consecutively.
Which is pretty hard to do unless you got a lot of money sitting around.
So in this race, we discussed the trifecta might be the bet here. So
Well, the exactas are low.
yeah, the exactas are going to be low because you've got 2 horses that are getting very heavily bet. So the value comes in the trifecta, where maybe you get one of them other 2 horses that are taking play out of it, which are the 3 Dance Blue and the 8 Alexis Power. So, you know, I like I said, underneath I would throw the 1 in at 37 to 1 currently, and very good price from the inside.
I'm kind of tempted. Kind of. Okay, Dance Blue's 13 to 1 now. I'm starting to get less tempted. I thought she was more towards the 31 she was earlier. Because I was thinking doing a triple of Alexis Power over Kissing in the Sand and Dance Blue, betting You Are My Candy Girls out of it. If she gets a certain trip in the same way she did in the Van Hanover eliminations, where she just got burned out early. And being burned out early. Of course, she was running on fumes in the end. You can't run on fumes for that far. There's only so much distance you can get on fumes.
I don't know. That was a tough night on the front that night. I don't know. I like her here. I think she's the play here at 2-1.
Right.
So what do you like in the what kind of trifecta would you play here, Mike?
I would probably try to cold deck and be like 2-4, and then I play maybe the 1-5-6 for third. So I would play like maybe $10 tries, the 2 with the 4 with the 1-5-6, something like that. Try to cold deck a try, maybe get $30, $40. You're getting 15-1. You bet 30, you win about $150 to $200, depending on how it plays.
Well, for the budget player, Ray, how would you play this?
You want the truth?
How would you play the trifecta here?
Well, you'd have to hold a gun up to me to bet this race, truthfully. I would pass this race because I would put more money on some of these 2-year-old races.
Okay, if you were betting this race.
Yes. If I were betting this race, I said to Rod I was tempted to actually get up and go to the window to bet Alexis Power on top in the triple, and then Key, Kissing in the Sand, and Dance Blue for second and third.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
That would return probably like $80 if it came in.
Maybe more, depending on how it would shake out.
Yeah, but again, I think there are much better betting opportunities coming up, especially later in this card. Because these early races are usually trying to get people to get some money in their pockets.
Yeah.
They're most likely more of the favorites races.
I don't know. I don't necessarily buy that. I mean, the
But
first
we've
race
got
was
30 seconds. 30 seconds to post here. Currently, my top choice is currently 2-1, and 2, You Are My Candy Girl. Ray, top choice?
Yeah, Alexis Power is currently 6-1. Can't really say that's great value, but it's not the favorite.
Mike?
I agree on the 2.
All right, they're getting ready to line up here for the second race. I love that the clouds have come in every time the races go.
Yeah.
It makes my job a lot easier. However, if the feed could not buffer this time, I think it would be perfect. All right. Kissing in the Sand, 3-5, 2-1. The 2, You Are My Candy Girl, 6-1. The 8, Alexis Power. This is the second race, the $96,000 Shady Daisy. Hi, how you guys doing? Waving to the horses as they go by. This field is in motion and approaching the start.
And they're off, and Alexis Power, Tim Teacher, trying to blast off on the outside, but Kissing in the Sand, Sansovina Hanover.
They're off and pacing. Alexis Power showing speed from the center, then Sansovina Hanover, and Kissing in the Sand alongside Leave Out. You Are My Candy Girl, 2 to the inside. Believe in Me protects position to the inside, moving around that first turn to get away fourth. Dance Blue is 5th in front of Callahan there, driving another horse. I'm Trigger Happy 6th. Then back to Double A Mint towards the back of the pack as clearing the front here. You Are My Candy Girl over Kissing in the Sand. You Are My Candy Girl to the opening quarter in 26-2, moving to the back stretch. Second away, Kissing in the Sand, back third, Believe in Me, moving to the 3/8 pole. Sitting fourth, Sansovina Hanover in front of Alexis Power 5th. 6th then comes Dance Blue, leading I'm Trigger Happy, and Double A Mint is last of all coming to that half-mile station. You Are My Candy Girl unchallenged here as Kissing in the Sand watches from the pocket, stalks 2 lengths away. Believe in Me remains third in front of Sansovina Hanover. Alexis Power giving her cue from 5th. Moving first over into the turn through a 54-second half mile. 27-3 that second quarter. You Are My Candy Girl, the 1 to catch. Second still, Kissing in the Sand. Outside and moving. Here comes Sansovina, or rather Alexis Power second over. Now flushing cover with Kissing in the Sand at 3/4. Believe in Me shoots through the rail as You Are My Candy Girl leads to the 3/4 panel in 1:21 and 2. You Are My Candy Girl turns first. Kissing in the Sand to the outside. Alexis Power behind them, ready to tip off cover with Believe in Me to the inside. Dance Blue center of the track, wide as well, Double A Mint. It's You Are My Candy Girl, Kissing in the Sand in between. Alexis Power rushing off cover. It's You Are My Candy Girl, Kissing in the Sand. These two with Alexis Power, 3 across. At the wire, maybe Kissing in the Sand ahead of You Are My Candy Girl, Alexis Power third.
I think the 2 won the race.
I thought
I
it
think
was
she held
2-4.
2-4-8.
I don't know, I think I saw some 6 up there.
48-2 stakes record.
Yeah.
It's fast.
What a race. The 8 raced extremely well. Probably too good to lose, to be honest.
Do you believe me now?
Stakes
Still
record
third
there.
best.
Huge heat.
Huge.
Because it was my birthday.
All right, let's Let's see here, the replay.
You Are My Candy Girl.
Yeah, I think her nose
raised
was in front.
giant cutting those fractions with,
So 2 for 2 on NAHU picks, I believe.
cutting those fractions
Start
with
the day.
Kissing in the Sand in the pocket. I thought Kissing in the Sand was going to go by, and I mean, she fought and fought and fought. So 2 for 2.
That's typical Yannick, though. I mean, he stole just that little bit at the top of the stretch, just enough to sneak away, and that was enough to win the race right there. I mean, that was the key move. If he lets her stick
very
around,
close photo, but we think the two
yes,
held
that's
on.
what I think.
I
248.
think there was a 7 up there.
No.
All right. Dead hair for this photo. We are so anxiously awaiting whether the 8-5 one or the 1-2 one. This is horse
2-4-8.
racing. 2, 4, 8, 6. That's not the order. It's 2, 4, 6, 8.
2486.
I can't cheer that.
So 2 for 2 to start. You can't win them all if you don't win the first 2.
And so far, 2
I
for
want
2.
them all.
2 for 2.
I'll take third with a 10-1 shot.
Yeah, that's great. They pay on the win price when you're third usually.
I had a horse at Woodbine the other day. Was second at 15-1, but you know what? I felt satisfied.
Well, that's fine. Moral victories don't necessarily pay, but if you feel better, I'm happy for you.
I'm not here to grind out a minor profit in the early stages. I'll cash the big ones later.
Well, this is a decent double, 22-40. For 2, you could have cold decked that double. We talked about it before the races. I mean, that's 10-1 all day long. I don't care who you are. That's not good enough for you. I don't know what you want. You need 50-1. It's not here right now.
It might be coming up.
So we got prices for
That's a
race
decent
number
triple
2.
for those 3.
Yes. You Are My Candy Girl, 540, 240, 210. The 4, Kiss in the Sand, 210, 210. And the 8, Alexis Power, 280. 24 Exacta returns $9.60. The 248 Trifecta, $26.60. And that 3-2 Daily Double, $22.40. There's Julie Miller passing by warming up horses. Oh, and there's Schicker, too. With his full out of Jezzy. Of course, Jezzy, one of the richest New York sire trotters in recent memory. Really good on the sire stakes circuit. Back in the day. I think it's Boutenshane, too. Coming by. Nope, that's E.H. Ernest Hemmelhorn.
Yeah, that's not who it is.
One of the biggest names in harness racing. As I'm looking right now at the tennis
Ernest
scratch,
Hemmelhorn.
we have a scratch in the third race. Top Expectations is scratched. Perfect Summer K, 10-1. That's not bad, but also the odds didn't break. Okay.
We can look
So
here.
I do want to.
Oh, it's time for giveaways.
11-1 on the 6.
11-1.
Or, 6-1 on the 11. I'm sorry. 6-1 on the
Really?
11.
Wow. What's the one?
Yeah. 5-2.
Okay. First giveaway?
What are we giving away?
Pull that up on your computer, Mike.
What am I pulling up, Rod?
The document that I sent you.
Our production notes.
Oh, okay.
Which we actually have those. I also was wearing this hat for a while, but I got sick of looking like Ash Ketchum. Because I'm not here to catch them all. I'm here to catch the big ones.
NAHU t-shirt after race 2.
NAHU t-shirt. Winner. Winner is Eric Plowman.
Who's that?
Eric Plowman wins a NAHU t-shirt.
NAHU t-shirt. Let us know what color you want.
Repeat, who's that? I'm kidding, Eric.
Eric Plowman wins the NAHU t-shirt.
Better write that down, Rod. Here.
He's writing it down right now. You
Stick
know,
this little piece of paper up my brown eye, bam!
you want, hey, when the winter comes around, you want to be calling Eric Plowman.
All right.
I have no idea what you guys just referenced.
Anybody that's seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back knows exactly what I'm talking about right there.
Oh, that was Silent Bob's line, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I get their dialogue confused all the time. Oh, there's snow cones. Oh no, it's Italian ice. It's homemade Italian ice. Homemade in a food truck.
13
I mean,
to
they
1 on
live in
the
the
four
food
here.
truck. I hope it's warm in there or cool in there.
So,
Depending on the season. Oh yeah, 6-1 Perfect Summer K. The favorite is the one at 5-2. I thought she'd be a bit higher or lower than that.
Why?
Because looking at the rest of this field, it seems like she's the most consistent. She's raced well here in the past. She just has the best credentials.
She ran into Atlanta last time. Prior to that, tough trip in the Reynolds. You know, seems to excel, you know, from off the pace, which I'm not sure if that's the place to be. We'll see. A little over bet for me.
I just expected her to be more bet. I was expecting like 7-5.
She might end up there.
Well, it's early. I mean, the odds are going to
That's
change.
true. It's only 12:36 of a card that's going to last until 8:04.
Pick 4 starts here. There's a ticket on NAHUpicks.com that I have.
So, like we said earlier, I thought this was the most wide open race in the pick 5. And
Really not the two races?
If you used... No, this race is the most wide
This
open.
is pretty wide open.
If you used our top picks, my top pick and Mike's top pick in races 1 and 2, and Ray's top pick in race 1, then you are 2 for 2 in the pick 5, and you caught the double, and you're live with 2 favorites getting beat. So race 3 here, 3-year-old filly trot. You know, there's 10 field of 10. You said the 10 is scratch, right?
Yes.
10 scratch. And 1 trailer here, which is the 11 Perfect Summer K with Louis Waugh making his Hambo Day debut. But like I said earlier, I like Basquiat, however you say it.
Basquiat.
That's what I said. But 5-2 currently.
That's quiet.
Too low. 5-2 is too low.
5-2 is too low on the horse, and you have to use other horses here. So I did say earlier I like the longest shot in the race currently, the 3 Win Back Noel.
You just like this because of the Vorion, don't you?
No,
Oh.
I like the horse. She fits well here.
All right.
Again, this is a very competitive group of fillies here. So with that, obviously the 1 Repentance is going to take some money. You know, co-favorite. Now the favorite at 5-2. Definitely plays here. I think you have to have. And then the other one I think maybe you should throw on is the 4 Follow Streak, currently 11-1.
That was Mike's one too. Yep.
And you know, this one plays from the inside. No reason not to have that one. From the outside, Courtney Hanover has a little shot. Like I said, this is a wide open race, so if you're playing to pick 4, you might have to get a little risky in this race to keep costs down. But you know, definitely try to spread out as much as you can in this race.
I said earlier that in these races, this one, Hambletonian Oaks eligible, is preferred. The horses that race in the eliminations usually do have an edge because there's so much class in those races that this is an instant drop down. I'm looking at Piranha Fury, currently 10-1 now, first time hopples after having some braking issues. This horse has flown off the pace in the past. I know you said off the pace might not be the place to be, but we don't know how the track's playing yet. The horse could get a setup.
I would use her in pick 4s. I think she's worth a use here. Just if she stays flat, you know, the track's drying out. You know, this is a wide open race. You could talk me into just about anything. I would be 5 deep in pick 4s, and you know, just hope to get alive to get out of the race.
Now I know she was 7th by 36 lengths, but Mike, I think Consuelo Fashion should be your top pick in this race. She could just bounce so well off of that effort.
I don't know. That's a non-effort. I just, this horse, you know, is up against it from a
putting
class
the ticket
standpoint and
together.
is in the 9 hole. You know, this horse could beat me. I think right now, 38-1.
Because in a sense, she's gutsy and lunging late, but it wasn't enough. Track is now fast. They upgraded it from good to fast. They skipped all right. They skipped
Probably after the 48-2, they figured it was fast.
Yeah.
Still
It's
moisture in
good
the
to go.
track, though.
It's very hot out, so that track dried out very fast.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, there's still moisture in the track. Make no mistake.
There's more moisture in the air than in the track.
Okay.
It's oh man.
Moist.
Don't use that word on my show.
Hey.
I'd rather you use curse words than the word moist.
All right, let's look at the pick four.
You guys can do that. I can mention some horses. I'm not big.
So
I'm more forced into doing
we
this.
discussed race 4 a bit.
Don't let them go off that high a price, by the way. Don't let them.
In my pick 4 ticket, I'm going to go 3 and 5 in the second leg, which is race number 4. Race number 5, which is the Jim Doherty final for 2-year-old trotting fillies. Be careful there. They are 2-year-old trotting fillies, even though they're the best in the world. Where are you going there, Mike?
I'm a little short in there. I like the 2 inside horses. I feel like the race goes through those 2. You know, there's a lot of money that's going to go to the 5 for sure. I could see money going maybe to, the 10 a little bit in the race, depending on, how they bet it. I'm more 1-2 there.
That race should fall apart, I think.
I'm going 1, 2, 3. I like the 3 inside horses.
I could see the 3.
Wow, no shots. No shots.
Well, the 3, I mean...
But you think the 5's going to be a price, and she's not.
I think the 5, 6, and 9 are worth using.
The 5,
The 6
I
on a
think, is
perfect
worth
trip
using.
last time.
I might
That's
throw
auto
the
pick
5
for me.
on.
You're not looking at her race 2 back. That was a big race she put in.
It was a big race, but...
It's worth noting. And then her second start of her career, she was second parking the mile. Like, that's the stuff I'm looking at.
The 1 got lost a little on the lead last time. She probably should have never got beat in that race.
But there's so many horses that are going to be challenging her, don't you think?
It's possible.
I don't want to take a chalk in that race.
Well, I don't know. You don't know how it's going to be bet. I mean, you don't want to take a chalk in any race, so it's not...
Right.
Well, I mean, I could look at Beautiful Sin and go, okay, she's probably going to be one of the favorites. It's Gingras Tactor. They won this race. Let's see, how many years in a row did they win this race? One year in a row.
Yeah.
They won this race.
But they're Rihanna G.
Yeah, but then they also won with Shake and Carry, To Dream On. That's Not My Name.
You know what, though? I'm deep in some of these other races,
Well,
so I have to shorten up in some of in this race, so I'm 1-2 there.
The All-Star Buglers.
So my pick 4 ticket, they are post parading here. So my pick 4 ticket is 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 with 3, 5 with 1, 2, 3, 5 with 12.
Wait, you're singling?
So you're just singling Hannelore.
Hannelore is a single for me. I think she can just sit on the outside and
Well,
still
then
win.
you obviously don't think the pick 4 is not going to pay very much.
You don't think the pick 4 is not going to pay a very... I had to do the math on that grammar for a second.
Well, I am taking a shot here with a 50-1, so hopefully we can get that, and that would be very
That
nice
makes it different, but,
to start the pick 4.
Yeah.
What do you think? 50? 50? 50-1?
You ain't getting 50 here.
You better hope this horse makes it off the track.
Well, if you're looking to play my ticket, it's on the website. 1, 4, 5, 7, 11, 1, 3, 5, 10, 1, 2, and then 8, 9, 12.
I'm going to be taking
And
the
there's
4,
a
8,
couple
9,
prices in that
10
sixth race.
with the 3, 7, 1, 4, 2
Shut up.
with the 7, 1, 7. I'm just going to give out my phone number
Stop.
now. What do you mean stop? We're having fun. I'm having fun. Come on, loosen up a
You
bit.
ain't giving out your phone number.
You don't-
Nobody wants it.
A lot of people want it.
No.
Mostly federal agencies. This race is coming up in 0 minutes. My pen fell on the ground again. Every time I say pen, I think a little bit of home. Where'd that pen go? There it is. Whoa! We are learning right now. I am flexible beyond belief. Beyond my belief, at least. There we go. Okay, so we're back here. Let's look at odds. Yeah, let's look at odds. 2-1 favorite. Okay, Repentance is taking a bit more play now, as expected. Piranha Fury's dropped a big time. Has dropped a lot. From 10-1 now down to 7-2.
Wow.
Perfect Summer K is going up, now 8-1.
That's a lot of value on the
Ron
11
is
there.
putting his money where his mouth is, which I don't know if he should do that because money is notably filthy.
I think Rod was trying to ride the miniature horse over there.
He can't, if he can't make weight, wait, if I can't make weight, he can't make weight. There we go. That's what I was trying to get to. Oh, Anthony McDonald's currently on the live feed, and he's saying to Dave Little, you know, these North American Horse Update guys, they asked me the same questions before you, and I had more fun with that. But no, don't do that. You don't get competitive like that. Not on a big day like this. Well, we're all gathered here to watch the very best in equine athletes, and more importantly, bet on them. So you're looking at the board right now, Mike. I know you said Follow Streak was a bit of an outsider. Currently 13-1. Would you be thinking about a win bet?
Absolutely. I think the horse is extreme value at 13-1. The horse was 3-5 last time and raced very well at Philly. This is a step up in class, but I'm okay with that because this isn't the toughest, field that she has to face in here. She draws well. She's being ignored, I think, for the wrong reasons. I definitely like her more than most.
As they're currently, what were they at in the pick 4? Because it's a $50,000 guarantee. It's hard to see currently. As I see, I'm watching Rod in line. I wish we had a camera on Rod.
We don't.
But breaking news.
38,000.
Oh my God! Oh, Anthony didn't say he was. Oh wow! I didn't ask. Oh. Well, now we got some fodder for him.
Yes. He didn't mention that to us. He had to go bigger.
There's kids everywhere here. It's a big family day here at the track. There were a lot of families here last night too, which I thought was great. Lots of fathers bringing their daughters, fathers bringing their sons, sons bringing their daughters. I mean, when you look at lineage at a certain point, you get down to that weird. I don't want to get too Oedipician about it.
Somebody had to bring you to the track.
Rod's got. Someone had to bring me into this world, I guess. Oh, there's Rod.
Rod's securing guests for us, thankfully.
Well, this 11 is 8-1.
That's extreme value, and a must
I will be taking
Ray's
vow to go bet.
Okay, let's leave me by myself. That seems wise.
Rod, Mike, you don't understand. When there is value like this, it must be had.
Currently alone, thanks to Rod leaving to bet, Ray leaving to bet. I guess Mike doesn't get to bet today. He went to bet the 11, who's currently 8-1 on the board, which I like. You get Louis Waugh back on. I could see an interesting trip, especially starting behind the 1 in the race, who's now 8-5 on the board, which I think is a little low coming out of these New York Sire Stakes races. Does get a little bit of a drop in class, but didn't race that well here last time. Still value for me, 12-1 on the 4 Follow Streak, steps up, but I feel like it's getting better. The 5, 3-1, expected to take money, but I've liked her a couple different spots this year. Still 0 for 5. Did make $241,000 last year. This could be her day. This is definitely a drop in class for her. 7 taking money, 5-1 right now. Comes off a break in the Hambletonian Oaks. Actually broke in the last 2 races.
So they are reaching the guarantee right now, just over 50,000.
Yeah.
And current favorite 9-5 is the 1 Repentance, and that's a short price.
Yeah, way too short for me. This is a great betting race, I feel, especially with the money going to some of the ones that are just marginally, better than these. So, lots of potential in the race.
But we're less than a minute to post. Ray's picking his nose somewhere.
Ray went to the window to bet the 11.
He hates money, so...
Who do we have coming on, Rod?
Right after this race, we got a surprise guest that we didn't actually announce earlier. So our surprise guest of the day is going to be showing up here after race 3.
We got surprises.
Who happens to be
surprises.
Who happened to be one of the sponsors for our Hambletonian trip giveaway.
Oh, for a second I thought it was Anthony's new kid that he was just announcing.
So
the kid was born already.
We got about 20 seconds to post here for race number 3, and still holding steady at 9-5 is the 1 Repentance. We will turn it over to Brianna Catolo for the call.
Who's that? All right, they're lining up.
Sponsored by Mark Weaver and Mike Persevi, scratch 10, top expectations, a sick field of 10. 3-year-old Billy Trotters to start the pick 4.
Field for the Frank Zanzuki. In motion behind the gate and approaching the start.
Close ride, Piranha Fury, getting away quickly. Courtney Hanover on the outside, and
Away and trotting, except for Piranha Fury. She's galloping towards the back, out and leaving Courtney Hanover from the outside, as is Basquiat for Johnny Tactor. Winbach Noel forwardly placed 2 with Repentance shooting through the inside around that first turn. Basquiat going to take the lead. Courtney Hanover gets away second. Winbach Noel floats away third to the outside of Repentance, getting away fourth. Perfect Summer K's back fifth as they go on that opening quarter. Parked out then Bella Gloss with a 27-2 opening quarter. Down the backside, Repentance pulls from fourth, now third, now second, shooting up to try and take the lead from Basquiat. Sitting third, then Courtney Hanover ahead of Winbach Noel to the inside fourth. Out and moving, trying to gain ground. Here comes Sammy's Rolling Stone parked out. They're then back to Perfect Summer K, shuffled in behind Follow Streak, second over. Third over, Bella Gloss. Going towards the back of the pack. They're by the half, 55 seconds. 27-3 that second quarter. The far turn, it's Repentance. Leading her by a length and a quarter. Basquiat sits the pocket. Courtney Hanover's back in third. Sammy's Rolling Stone parked out fourth. With the inside, Winbach Noel locked in fifth. To her outside, Follow Streak sixth. And third over, Bella Gloss to the inside. In the back of the pack, Perfect Summer K. Consuela Fashion trails this field to the three-quarter pole. Repentance to catch. Hopping pocket, Basquiat with Courtney Hanover tracking in 123. And here comes Basquiat now, making her move after Repentance. And Basquiat slingshotting to the lead, coming down to the eighth pole. Courtney Hanover towards the center of the track, up to take second with Perfect Summer K trotting through the inside. Bella Gloss towards the center, but Basquiat is trotting away with them. It's Basquiat winning by 2.5. In the end, Courtney Hanover second from Perfect Summer K, and Repentance in 1:51 2/5.
3 for 3.
5.
I'm 3 for 3.
8, 11, 1.
3 to 1 shot there.
Perfect trip again. Perfect trip.
Perfect with no horse paying over $10. That's really what we want to aim for.
We're going to go to commercial as soon as this race goes official and we get prices, and it'll be a 30-second commercial. Real quick.
5. The race happened right in front of you. All right. We got pirates here, too. This is a really wonderful place. Come on. What? Always a surprise on Hambo Day. Oh,
That's hilarious.
It's also funnel cake. I ran out to go bet Perfect Summer K, who went off what, 7-1?
Yeah, third. You feel like that's a moral victory, getting third and betting a win bet?
Yeah, I mean, it's $2 in the grand scheme of things.
The problem is the two completely killed the race for everybody in behind.
That's a typical Dwayne Miner move, though. He loves to park out.
I mean, you get
He took a shot.
70 to 1 on the outside, and the 1 and the 2, or the 1 and the 5 roll around the racetrack. Easily, it's not horses to pick, and it just compromises the rest of the ones from behind. So
not only that, Repentance has never really been one that trots well on the front. She usually goes better from off the pace.
Well, he had no real hole in there, and he had to go.
He gave it to Johnny.
Yeah. Nice drive.
With that said, we'll have prices later. We're going to commercials, so stay tuned for more 3 Wide Live. Hambletonian Day here at the Meadows Racetrack in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Pure horsepower comes out of Hickory Lane Farms. Just look at some of these fine foals by stallions including Uncle Peter, McCardle, Dejambro, Racing Hill, and new to Hickory Lane in 2018, What the Hill. Hickory Lane Farms, located in Findlay, Ohio. Book your mare today at 419-422-3004 or visit hickorylanefarm.com for more information.
And we're back. Just quick. Joined here by the man in charge. The man in charge. The man in charge, there you go, of the operation, which we just advertised. Owner of Hickory Lane Farm. I feel so embarrassed.
Kevin.
I don't remember your name. I apologize.
That's all right. I'd rather people not know me rather than know me.
That's why you're coming on to a video stream.
Yes.
So, Kevin, I was at the farm, filmed the commercial there, and I snuck in. But big farm, you got a lot of foals there. Tell us a little bit about how the operation runs day to day.
Well, we have a great staff led by my farm manager, Brad Wallace, and all of the help and employees have been there for years, and they're very dedicated. Smooth operation. We have I'm blessed to have a staff that I have.
And you know, I think the thing that goes unnoticed, and that's why we wanted to get you guys involved, was the breeding farms really are the backbone to harness racing, because without them, there's no horses. You know, the studs have nowhere to go, and it's just privatized all over. So that's a big...
Yeah, we went in Ohio with our emerging program. We're blessed to have brought in the 3 top 3-year-olds last year into Ohio, down by the seaside, Fear the Dragon and What the Hill, and we just have a really strong program right now, and I think it's, personally I'm biased, but I think it's the best in the country.
I actually agree with you, especially the trotting studs there. And you have Uncle Peter standing at your farm, and his first crop is yearlings this year?
No, they're 2-year-olds, but he has 26 winners, second in the country right now. A couple of top horses. He's had a good year, and I think he'll just get better as the year goes on.
Now next year we're hoping to see some of his foals right here on this day.
Well, you might see 1 or 2 of them. There's a couple that have that kind of talent.
So hopefully we see some Uncle Peters. You help sponsor our giveaway for the winner to make the trip out here. You know, we always ask our sponsors, what made you want to do it?
Well, I just think that we need to get more people involved in any way I can help personally in the industry. It's part of my obligation. I mean, we're very heavily invested in it, and the more people we can get interested, regardless of where they come from, the better.
I just want to say there's kind of a misnomer when you say sire stands. Sometimes they lay down. So.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they sleep.
Yeah, I bet they sleep a lot. They don't have any more work to do.
Oh,
they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they get pretty tired during the breeding season.
Right. Now, the other thing we wanted to bring up was the horse you have racing today, you're part owner of, Tactical Landing in the Hambletonian.
Right.
Have you heard any word from Jimmy?
No, he's coming into the race in great shape. The big question mark is, does he have enough experience? He certainly has the talent. I think there might be 2 or 3 weeks ahead of ourselves with him, but by Lexington, I think you're going to see a really special trotter do some special things.
Yeah, he seems to be one of those late bloomers, very immature early on, and now he seems to be learning to do it the right way.
He's as good as these. It's just a matter of whether he's got enough experience. But we'll see. We're just having fun and enjoying ourselves.
All right, well, that's Kevin Greenfield from Hickory Lane Farm. Kevin, thank you so much for helping sponsor our giveaway and being a big part in harness racing.
Thanks, Rod. Appreciate it.
Yeah, get going to the air conditioning.
It's hot out here. Yes.
Kevin Greenfield, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see Rod diplomatically giving him his exits. 5 minutes till his 4th race. First big stakes race of the day.
Have somebody come on that you might know who they are.
What makes you say that?
Yeah, right.
This seems like a good idea.
I mean, maybe in some schools of thought, but I'm out of school right now. It's summertime. The living's easy. So 4 minutes to go until the Peter Houghton Memorial.
I have to deal with all the time.
Green Shoe is even money. Don't act like you don't enjoy it. Even money on Green Shoe. Right now, 7-2 on Jerry. Wow. You really love this 7-2 shot, don't you?
4-1 on White Tiger. That's a little lower than I want.
I'm on another second choice right now. I'm 3 for 3 so far. I'm going to keep it going with another second choice here. The 3, Jerry, at 7-2. My pick 4 did start. We got that started with a 3-1 shot with the horse's name that I can't seem to pronounce right. And
you were number 1 for reading.
Right, so
we'll throw with the 10 at 15-1.
The 10?
You said it already. 10.
The horse had the rail in his 2 starts.
That's all right.
The 10 is the far outside.
This horse has done nothing wrong. He's been 3-5 both starts. The only reason the horse is 15-1 is because he's drawn in the 10 hole. That doesn't mean that he can't get an early position with Miller on. They could go crazy early. You don't know if the 5's going to break in the race. It could set up for something like this. You know, 15-1 is way too high a price for this horse.
I prefer the 6 at 6-1 personally.
I don't know. I like the 1. I like the 10 for sure.
I like the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, not the 8. the 9 to the 10. I really like a lot of these horses. I like looking at them. I like watching them go by. It makes me feel good inside.
I'm still on the 3 here. Jerry. The horse plays well, and
Is it Gary?
no, Jerry. Like Gerald.
No, Gary. There's a hard G and a soft G.
How do you know?
That's what I'm asking.
I'm saying it's Jerry.
We
Like
have 3
Gerald.
minutes until the post parade. We should
Gerald.
figure this out.
It's Gerald.
I think it's Jerry.
If you have an opinion on this,
I
let
personally
us
think
know.
it says Jorge.
Is it Jerry or Gary?
No, it's
spelled
Jerry.
Gerry.
I swear to God, if you say the dress is white and gold, I will personally strangle you. So I think I have to rescind that actually, my FCC regulations. These hands were not made for walking. Let's put it that way.
They're not made for anything
What do you mean they're made to
except
do?
doing this.
They're made to do that. Okay. They're also made to stall when I don't have words in my head.
Okay, so this is race 4.
Yes.
Peter Houghton Memorial Final. 2-year-old colt trotters.
420,000.
422,000.
They'll be blazing.
Weren't we supposed to give something away after the last race?
Well,
You
not the
were.
third race. It wasn't in the program. You didn't count the Sanzuki
Have
as a
to check
stake.
the agenda.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, just the finals. So there will be another giveaway after this race.
Yes.
All right.
This race is sponsored by Liebfeld and Katz
Me.
Breeding Partnership. It's not sponsored by you.
I sponsor our viewing.
You have money?
Should
Not
ask him
anymore.
if he liked the commercial.
Yeah, I already talked to him about that.
Oh,
He's seen it before.
we have
Oh,
We got
there's
another
special
guest coming on
to
right
sit down.
now.
He might as well come
Who
and
should-
sit down.
Mr. Dara Varnas coming down. It's a good thing you have that hat. The sun just came out.
Well, that's why I put the hat on.
The people behind you they'd be blind by now.
Derek Givner
Of the
on the
Daily
feed
News.
right now.
Well, not on the feed now. Now he is.
He's on now.
I got the sunglasses, the hat. I wasn't wearing it before, but I figured I'm going to come out and say hello to you guys. I got to.
You have to wear glasses.
You look like a hitman.
It's part of the tradition of NAHU. You have to wear the glasses.
Oh, is it part of the.
Yeah,
my
as you-
tradition.
As you can tell by me.
He's got glasses on.
You're
So
just
does
so
Mike.
cool, you don't need the glasses. That's how it works.
He gets it.
But this guy is a handicapper.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm 1 for 3 today. I had
I'm
one
3
winner.
for 3.
Are you 3 for 3?
Well,
I'm
here's
going
the
4
thing.
for 4 here.
How much does that mean when no horse is paid over $10? Really?
All the favorites got beat.
So did you pick the winner on top in each
Yes.
of 3 races, or is this one of those 3 for 3 where I had to win a third and it
No,
counts?
3 for 3, the winner on top.
Oh, okay.
I've had
We
2
only count-
thirds today, and I consider that winning.
We only count winners on top.
Okay. That's the way I like it.
So this race, I'm on the 3. Who are you on and why?
I have to look at my sheet to remember what race we're up to. I went with the 6 here. I went with Don't Let Him and Yannick Gingras. I think Green Shoe is by far the best horse in the race, but I think that this 50-50 shot he breaks behind the gate, and I don't think this is a field where he can mess around behind the gate and still win. And he's probably going to be the favorite. Is he 6-5 up there?
Yeah, 6-5 currently. So yeah, I agree with you on that. He's kind of touchy. So if he ends up running behind the gate, there's gonna be a lot of tickets blown up.
I'm however disappointed that Don't Let Him is now 7-2. I liked the 6-1 he was earlier, but he's getting that money that shows he's definitely a contender.
He was 2-5 last time.
6-1 is higher than 7-2.
What did you expect to get on this horse in this
I
race?
wanted 30-1.
It's Yannick and Tactor. I mean, so right off the bat, I mean, what are you going to get when you start with those 2 factors?
I might as well just give you my money in my pocket right now. But, what? You gonna say something? You moved your mouth.
I told you I like. I'm the one.
You didn't tell Derek.
Okay.
I like the
you
one
guys
in
are
the
arguing.
Oh, okay.
So if you're betting the race, just this particular race, what are you playing here?
I'm probably playing the 6 to win. Don't let him. I mean, I think 7-2 is a fair price on this horse. If you want to go into exotics, I loved the qualifier from White Tiger. You know, the rail horse last week. I mean, you just don't see horses make that kind of move. I was talking to Anthony McDonald from the stable earlier about the horse, and he said, you know, this is a real horse. I mean, whether or not he's up to, you know, Green Shoe and Don't Let Him, it still remains to be seen. He's lightly raced, but what are we getting on that horse right now? Is it 8-1?
8-1, yeah.
8-1's about where you would expect to be. I mean, I think the horses, all of them on the board right now, are about the prices I thought. And that's why I would just go on the win wager rather than trying to sped with 3 or 4 horses in an exacta.
Well, I got to tell you, I hope you lose because I'm on the 3.
We say it's all our guests. We hope you lose.
No, just the ones that go against me.
Well, I don't own the horse, so it's not like I'm going to be out a lot, you know.
But, your horse, the 6, don't let him. 7-2 currently. Fair value, I think. And the one I'm on, the 3, Jerry. Is it Jerry or Gary?
I'd go with Gary.
Come on!
See what I mean? There's a debate.
We're going to find out here in about 1 second.
Well, the Garys, you know, Peter, Gary, and is Gary.
Ah,
and it's spelled the same.
Ken just said Jerry.
You know, but
It's Jerry.
6 1/2 dozen, you know.
Look, what color's the dress?
That one is black.
Is it Yanni or Laurel? What else do you like in this race?
What else do I like in this
Mike
race?
wants to know what you think about the 10.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think much of the 10. And I don't understand why he's that low in the morning line odds. I mean, listen, could certainly be involved in this race, but you're still talking about post 10 against 4 or 5 other horses who are really talented horses. It's tough to get into the race like that.
Well, the horse was 3-5 last time
From the rail.
and now 13-1.
I think post matters a lot in these 2-year-old races. You see this horse getting bet mostly because of that. If you can get off the gate and you're at the rail, you're golden.
It's not just post, it's the competition. I mean, look at what he's been facing recently, the 10, and look at who he's facing this week. It's completely different.
I think, though, you have to give consideration to horses that have never lost. Like, just because...
Don't let him a little hot, it looks like to me.
You know,
He's
the
got a
horse
pretty good hold on him.
He's never lost.
Yeah.
He's been bet hard both times, and now he's 13-1. So, you know, I think that there's some value there.
Watching horses warm up, Derek pointed out the 6 is a little bit hot. Yannick has his hands up on the buckles on the line, so
Not surprised. It's hot.
2-year-old trotters, that could be an iffy thing.
Yeah, you want a horse that's a little bit more relaxed, especially with a 2-year-old out there. I mean, they get a little hot, you know, they can go off and run away with and try and go crazy fractions, and you don't want to see that. Plus, they get all lathered up, and it's just,
He's not into it. He's at Scioto.
And the other thing with 2-year-old trotters, they're not used to this type of atmosphere. So you get the best of both worlds here. If they get a little hyped, you know, be cautious with them. If you notice them, you know, that's why we show you the post parades. If you notice them acting a little funky, you know, be cautious. If you just see signs, the signs usually tell with these 2-year-olds, especially 2-year-old trotters, if they're going to be hyped up, not paying attention, things like that. Would you agree, Derek?
Yeah, I like a horse that's up on the bit, but very controllable. Like, you can see he's not, like, pulling on the bit, but just in the mouth, and, you know, the driver has, you know, a nice connection with the horse.
Yeah, I agree. And Mike, you watch horses when you go to the racetrack all the time. You stand out there and you watch horses, too. Do you have any preference on what you like to see out of 2-year-olds?
I mean, I prefer they be more relaxed. You know, that's my thing. Like, I want to see them, like he said, to have like that nice connection, just, you know, nice and easy around there, really not getting excited, kind of staying away from everything, and just, you know, just getting ready to race. I would hate for them to burn themselves out beforehand. And I think it's, you know, your eyes get trained over the years. After so many times you watch, you know, horses out, you just know what you like when you see it. It's almost like, you can't necessarily explain it all the time to somebody. You know, after you've seen 20,000 horses, you can pick out the ones that look better than others. I mean, it's more, I think, an experience thing. It's more a preference thing. It's more your own personal opinions of things that matter than, you know, to try to sit there and say, okay, this horse looks good for these reasons. I think that's difficult to do. I think it's very subjective.
How poetic. I think it's interesting. Tactor did this yesterday, too, when he was here. He would bring horses around during the post parade and bring them around to the people. And I think it's really interesting that this 9 horse is handling that very well. He's 29-1, has some good miles in before, perhaps a live long shot.
Yeah, he's getting Johnny. I mean, outside post is a concern.
Oh, sorry, are we boring you, Derek?
I'm trying to multitask here, you know. I'm trying to do 2 things at the same time, which I do quite often. I would say I don't even need to look at the past performances. I see the name of the horse. Decent horse. It's just the post position is going to be really tough. I mean, you're not going to come from 9th to 10th and win this race unless you're going to get a bunch of breakers in here.
Yeah, I agree. Usually these 2-year-old trot races, you got to be within 3 lengths turn for home. And really,
that's almost any race nowadays.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially on Hambo, that you have to be close to to be a factor late. So
I'm waiting to see a horse come from way out of it then.
You should have been here last night
Oh,
then.
yeah, I was here last night. I had decoy last night.
Then you saw it all.
Yes.
Why'd you bother coming back?
I did not see two clowns on each other's shoulders doing cartwheels around the grandstand. I did not see that. I did not see it all.
And you might not see that today
I don't
either.
think I'll see it today.
We can ask.
I've seen things close to that today. But I'd bet this 9 at 32-1. In fact, hold my beer.
Wow. Raise up
But-
again to that 32-1 shots.
unbelievable. I would just book it for him, but
He just left. Like, it's like if you go to Monticello and you've pulled a race before and you go in the booth to say hello to Howard, he just leaves and you got to pull the next race. It's like one of those things.
actually, the next race we have on the feed, Anthony McDonald is going to call it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I haven't called a race, I think, since 2014. I called one here. And then before that, probably 10 years before that, when I was back up at Monty.
You want to call this one?
Not really.
He's afraid.
Not really.
No, it's hard to see. You have to tune out Ken because their feed is 5 seconds in front of ours. So,
And it's hard to see the screen here, you know?
yeah,
So, Anthony's got his work cut out for him for sure.
he does. It'll
I'm gonna-
be interesting.
I'm going to go head to the winner's circle because the race is going to go off in
right,
about
Derek,
30
get
seconds. But thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you, Derek.
Here comes Ray back, running around. Look at him.
He runs so weird.
I only do that because you're watching me. I have my $36 voucher, my $2 win down on Hudson River.
And Ray has the flattest feet
$36
on.
voucher? Going big today.
Maybe.
He might bet 4 of those 36, but he's got a big voucher.
So they are going to the gate.
One's great value here, 11-1.
The 3 is great value at 4-1.
I just bet the 9. He's the best value of all. Screw with you. Go to
Okay,
the gate.
we'll see. Here we go. Race 4.
Can't wait for Anthony to call this 5th race. I need a break. Field lining up for the Peter Houghton Memorial. 4-5 on Green Shoe. 4-1 on Gary. 3-1 on Don't Let Him. This field in motion, passing by us and approaching the start.
Don't let him with a bit of speed. Mass Fortune K on the outside. Green Shoes off stride. Green Shoes on a break. Marseille.
Often trotting, Don't Let Him showing speed alongside Mass Fortune K. Credit Karma there too. Green Shoe is galloped. Moving into that first turn. Green Shoe off stride is Don't Let Him. Going to the top. Here comes Kielstrom now. Up the inside, or rather on the outside with Credit Karma. Svenstead with position on Marcel. With Mass Fortune K getting away third in front of Gary fourth in that opening quarter. Clearing the lead, Don't Let 'Em from Marcel in 27-1. Mass Fortune K is third as the sun beams on the screen. Gary sits fourth, moving to that half-mile station. There then back to the inside, Tricks and Stones ahead of on the outside. Green Manalisi as they go on to that half-mile station, chasing Don't Let 'Em. Don't let him go away. He's 2 lengths in front. Marcella to the inside remains second. Out and moving from fourth. Gary pulls first over to a 55-3 clip. 28-2 that second quarter as they move on to the far turn. Don't Let Him. 2 in front. Outside Gary second. Inside Marcel drops back as Green Manalisi rides that cover. Second over. Mass Fortune K shuffled back to the inside towards the back of the pack. Trying to get going, but to the inside, Credit Karma, off stride towards the back of the pack. Went Tricks and Stones, 3/4 up in 124. Don't Let 'Em in control here. It's Don't Let 'Em. Gary to the outside, now tucks in for second. Deeper on the track, Green Manalisi. Green Shoe back in contention with Mass Fortune K moving up the inside. Don't Let 'Em gets away. Don't Let 'Em get away. He's in front now by 4. Green Manalisi second with Gary trying to fend off Mass Fortune K for third. It's Don't Let 'Em. 151 4/5. Track and stakes record.
Another track record here.
Okay, now here's the thing. He was my horse to begin with, but I still took a shot, I'll take my
At the
loss.
10, who everybody said had no chance at all, was second at 11-1. So
Well, second doesn't pay win.
no, it doesn't. The horse raced very well.
Oh.
Marked every step.
You see, for a handicapper, you only care when it's your horse.
No, I don't really care. I just
He makes a good point. Gingras.
That's right.
Gingras.
3-1.
We're all related to
Another.
him, by the way. Gingras Khan, you know?
Yeah,
so
no.
the favorite broke. I really didn't like the 6 very much, but that was, I mean, I could see him for sure. It was just one of those things.
That colt just,
missed.
he's so fast. He just needs to mature. Green shoe, I'm talking about. At 3 to 5.
That's pretty obvious.
3 to 5. I wouldn't take 3 to 5 on Green shoe ever.
You play the role of idiot so well.
What do you mean?
He doesn't play a role.
I'm not an actor. Better yet, why would you want to be smart? You know what intelligence does? It ruins the world.
Okay then.
So second
I'm
choice.
exempting penicillin on that part.
Second choice. Don't
Second
let
choice,
him
yes.
at 3-1. Wins race 4. The Houghton.
So far, pretty chalky. No big bombs just yet.
6-10, 7-3,
But maybe.
Yeah.
It helped though that Green Shoe broke again.
And the 6 was
Yeah, he
by
just can't
itself the
stay
entire
flat.
way around.
If Green Shoe doesn't break, he wins the race probably. I think at 51-4, that's
That's a
gigantic.
huge heat.
This horse dropped 3 seconds.
That's not far off a world record.
What is the world record? I don't care.
I believe 51.
I said I don't care.
1 or what was it? It was at Pocono, I believe.
Race 4, going official momentarily. 6-10-7-3, the unofficial top 4. Mass Fortune K, what did we miss here? This horse got 3rd, was just up in the right place by the looks of it. Got off the gate, was up close, found the room late, gets involved at 65-1.
Peter Houghton Memorial, named for the son of the late great Hall of Famer and immortal Billy Houghton.
65-1.
Yeah.
It's super. Everything's going to be big.
I think it's always hard to gauge when these 2-year-olds are going to legitimately have that kind of gate speed, especially on a scene like this. Because Mass Fortune K, what got the lead in a 29-1 opening quarter, that's not really much speed.
No. I mean, he got a good first half. He wasn't pressed too hard.
So we have another giveaway.
The race played out, I mean, pretty normal. This horse was just too good today. Way too good.
He looked. Funny thing, I said to you after this horse won in 55-1, this horse is going to be big. I bet you still have that text unless you deleted it. And then you said, I don't want this horse on a small track. And then you won at Pocono in 57 easily.
Yeah, it's 57. I can go 57 at Pocono.
You see what happened here?
Yeah, big track. Big track. Difference.
Big
51-4. Huge effort.
Yeah, if you on a half mile, it's like 3:06-2. As I rip up my perfect summer K ticket. It's time for another giveaway.
This is his 3rd win in 4 career
This
starts.
time we are giving away.
Time today of 151 and 4/5. For Don't Let Him, just a 5th on the world.
By the way, it is incredibly annoying having to call these races when the sun beams in.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my very best to find out where every horse is. And now I'm watching myself rip up this ticket.
So, Mike, what is the second giveaway item here?
Autograph Ben Webster poster.
So, poster. Winner of the poster after they load.
We haven't loaded into a state-of-the-art machine. We upgraded since Aces.
Yeah.
And the Meadows.
$1,500 try.
Well, the 65-1 shot, it better pay that much.
Pretty good.
Oh no, get out of here!
Tom Dubrick, who you guys had
Congratulations.
the pleasure of meeting down at Hoosier at Breeders' Crown.
Congratulations.
Tom Dubrick is the winner of the autographed Ben Webster poster.
So that's 2 winners so far.
Congratulations, Tom.
We got Mr. Plow and
sponsored by
Tom
Diamond
Dubrick.
Creek Farm.
TPD.
This starts the
As
Survivor
he goes
TPD.
by.
TPD, the winner.
I don't know many people that go by their initials.
Survivor picking.
He's one of
I
them.
do sometimes.
I prefer if he
RJ.
didn't.
My brother does. CJ.
I prefer if he didn't, too.
It's CJ.
No, it's coronary. He's the one man named Coronary Jones. That's his name. He's overweight too. He's not overweight, but it adds to the story. It adds to the story.
I'm trying to see your guys' comments. It's very bright
Yeah,
behind us there, if you can't tell.
our options were to be here or underneath the balcony where we have the loud feedback of an ice cream truck alongside everyone at the betting windows. Needless to say, two very poor options. However, the fact that the rain subsided makes it a less poor option, but still, it's bad out here. It's hot. It is steamy.
It's humid. I don't mind the heat. The humidity is.
I mind the heat.
It's rough.
It's
But
the sun beams down.
We're gonna tolerate it because we can.
Yeah. Give me one of the waters.
Our next guest coming on soon, Anthony McDonald. He's coming back on the feed. He was on our pregame show talking about his horses today. We'll get a reaction from that race there with White Tiger. And then he's going to call race number 5. We're wishing him luck because he's got to do it the way Ray did it. And it's not easy.
It's hard. I almost just want to call it off that feed. But we can't do that because it's off by like 7 seconds.
You need to set your head like 7 seconds behind.
But so far we've had a few pop-up guests and scheduled guests.
Scheduled?
I said scheduled.
You said scheduled.
No, I didn't.
Play back the tape.
We will.
You hear that? It's scheduled. We played it back. So the Jim Doherty Memorial's coming up. Where's Anthony? He should
Race
be here
5.
by now.
No, he shouldn't be here by now. He just got off the track.
That's true. His horse fit. Where was his horse? I hate to sound like that. But
That one, he didn't do any good.
yeah, he looked good on the track.
He had a tough trip though. He really
Yeah, it
wasn't
wasn't
Not
a great trip.
He was the only horse that didn't want to get to the gate either. That didn't really help.
But we'll talk to him about that. Race 5, the Jim Doherty, 2-year-old filly trotters. Again, like we said with the last race, be careful. These favorites can bust out of nowhere, as you saw in the last race. So make sure you play with caution with these 2-year-olds. But good race here. I like a few horses. The inside 3 to be exact. My top pick is actually the 3 Special Honor. Andy and Julie Miller comes off a very good closing effort last time out. Had every reason to lose that race, and he got up last week in the elimination. Plays well, and I think that race was a huge confidence booster coming into this after a first over race where he just kind of faded late.
I'm looking at the board, and this was the horse that caught my eye in the elimination. Hanover's Best is 42-1. You saw Mass Fortune K get involved. This is another one that I think is a must-use in the exotics, especially if you're going to play a triple in this race. Because this horse was so aggressive last time and still held on to finish 4th in the elimination. But that price is just so high enough that it's worth using. However, the favorite right now, 2-1, Beautiful Sin. I don't know if she was bad just because she was going around the turn. She wasn't looking too good around the turn last time, but it was also a sloppy track. I don't know how much of an impact that made, but still, Mike, wouldn't you think she'd be a bit of a heavier favorite here?
Yeah, I thought she'd be bet harder. I still would expect her to be closer to even money when the race goes. She got picked off late last time, but she should control this race. I feel like the 2 is going to get a perfect trip, especially if Tetrick decides to leave a little with her. I think the 1 could be vulnerable late again to a horse like the 2, especially if she ends up in the pocket and is able to grind her down. So I think it's the inside 2 horses. Right now they're being bet, but I'm not that interested in most of the other ones.
Yeah, I can't really say I'm interested in Special Honor too much at 6-1 Rod.
No, I'm not.
Especially when she got a perfect setup last time. Oh my God, we have a Juggalo.
The only
wow.
The only
What's the Joker?
thing there,
Oh, same thing.
post 3 is kind of
It's also not
iffy.
post 3.
It's kind of iffy.
Give us the science behind post 3, Rodney.
Well, a lot of times, especially in a race like this, you're going for a lot of money.
Okay.
You get in a spot, if you don't leave hard off the gate, where you could be first over or getting shuffled. So
you could be that in any race, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, it seems
Not
to
for post
occur
4.
like post 3, yeah, post 4. Those are kind of spots that sometimes, if you don't have a tactical strategy going into it with, say a speed horse or a horse that has 0 gate speed, then stop doing that.
My problem with this horse is that I feel like they're going to sit again and try to do what they did last week and then just try to one punch late, and that rarely works out. It worked out last week, but now you're getting half the price, maybe even a third of the price by the time it's all said and done, to try to come from absolute dead last again and just get up. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, she could do it, but good luck to you. I'm not interested.
Hannah Dream Girl, your choice, currently 3-1. My one issue with her was she hanged terribly in the stretch.
She was green,
but she did go a rough enough trip where you could kind of justify that finish.
I felt like she kicked though again. Like she ended up first up and kind of wouldn't go by, and then it was sort of even around the turn and idled, and then when she saw everything coming at her late, she kicked back in again, and that's what I liked about it. I feel like that she could be a little better, given a better trip, and she's more of a grinder. I feel like a grinder can win this race, especially from the pocket, so we'll see.
Speaking of grinders, I'm starting to get kind of hungry. You got sandwiches around here?
There's a lot of trucks around here making food.
Yeah.
Sandwiches somewhere.
There's one truck right next to us. Chase your dream, not your problems, it said. I said to Ray Lance earlier, is that like a mobile therapy truck? Why would that be your slogan for a food truck? I would expect something to be like, best churros in this side of Cincinnati.
I think the churros are on the other side.
Oh, right. Oh, across from the wall. I got you.
Yeah.
Over the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. That's terrible, Rod. Why would you say something like that? 6 minutes still post for the Doherty. Now we're starting to get some time. I'm building up some forehead sweat because that breeze is coming in, and it feels so good. It feels tremendous.
It is wicked out here.
I'm looking at this race. There's superfecta in this race. Okay.
So this starts the Survivor bet too.
So the Survivor pick 8.
Yeah.
Not a pick 10 because if it were a pick 10, that would include the Hambletonian final, which you can't bet.
Right.
Just yet.
We need to start getting some prices here. Like you said, nothing's paid over $8 yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure you'll get that in this race either. You might have to wait till the next one. I think pick 3s are a good bet here though, especially if you don't like Hannelore in the next. So
we are doing another giveaway. We've got a lot of people asking for Hambletonian hats. We'll try to get some after we get off the air. Hopefully they have some left over so we can send to some of our fans, because we do have a lot of fans asking. If you want one, just shoot me a message on Facebook or Twitter. I'll see if I can get one for you. And that's just going to depend how many they have left. I should go thieve a few of them here in a minute.
Many hours.
There we go.
But race 5,
Yes.
got 5 minutes to post, roughly. Current favorite at 8-5 is the one, Beautiful Sin. Who's
8-1. The favorite at 8-1, 8-5.
That's what I said.
You said 8-1.
I said 8-5. The
Play
one.
the tape. Okay.
The one at 8-5. Now 3-5.
3-5.
Huge bet on the one here, Beautiful Sin.
There's 15,000 in the pool now.
Yeah, somebody just bet a few $1,000s to win on the one here.
Interesting.
They are going to be sorely disappointed.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, the horse has a big shot.
Yeah, I mean she's
Has the rail, has early speed.
She was 1-9 her first 2 starts, and then was 3-5 last time on a soup track and got picked off in the last stride. So she's very talented, very fast.
Hannah Dream Girl is certainly talented too when she gets over that green. And she's 5-1 now. That's got to appeal to you.
Absolutely, I think she could get the perfect setup if driven correctly. She's fast speed in the past. She just needs covered up for longer than she was last time. I think she was kind of forced to move a little earlier than they wanted to.
Yeah.
I would think if she can move somewhere close to when the stretch starts, she has a lot bigger chance to win the race. So, just my opinion.
I'm trying to think of how I can Slay Exotics incorporating Hanover's best in the mix. At 44 to 1. I keep thinking Super.
What sort of trip do you envision for this one?
I think she goes, gets a spot, and sits.
Okay. What happens if she parks?
She loses.
Exactly.
So, I'm betting that doesn't happen. That's why she's 40 to 1.
Wow.
If she parks at 40 to 1, I know I was somewhat right. That she was going to go.
I expect her to go. I don't know. She looked like a bit of a runaway to me last time. She was game enough.
She was great last week.
Yeah. It's too big a price. I would have to.
Wait, there's such a thing as too big a price?
It's too big a price. I mean, yeah, I didn't expect. 55 to 1, and that's
44 to 1.
44. I'm having a hard time.
Not even use that horse underneath what? What, you want something?
No,
Are you hungry?
I do want to say, I want to remind everybody that roughly 3:30, we're going to cut off and come back. And right when we come back is going to be the first elimination. This is at 3:30 Eastern. We're going to cut right before the first elimination for the Hambletonian. So, you're not going to want to miss the second part of this broadcast because that's going to be all of the big races.
Where's Anthony McDonald?
He should be on his way.
That's what they always say. Where, on his way to a farm upstate where we'll never see him again? Like
maybe.
my dog?
Maybe.
I miss you, Chup Chup. That was her name, Chup Chup.
I can tell you that I'm going to have to go back to the hotel and shower
Oh,
after
God.
we get done because I am sweating. It's warm.
It is. I'm drenched. And I'm more man than you guys. I'm wearing pants.
No, you just have pastier legs than us.
No. I think that men in shorts look weird.
No, they don't.
What do you mean they don't?
It's normal.
It looks strange.
No, it doesn't. It looks hot when it's this hot.
When it's 85 degrees, shorts aren't really a bad move.
What makes you say that? Your doctorate?
Just stop.
One of the greatest punchlines. Just stop, shut up, bite me. I like bite me. Let's bring bite me back. Remember In Your Arsenal? In Your Arsenal! Okay, so this fifth race is coming up. They're going to be parading momentarily. And the Ice Duchess is what right now? I know because of Johnny Tactor she's taking a lot of money.
Probably supposed to, I mean.
Yeah.
I told you she would.
That's why I'm agreeing with you.
5 to 1.
Don't wave like that.
Oh, dear me.
I'm looking at pick 3s here.
I'm trying to remember lines from Streetcar Named Desire.
If you're wondering odds, the 3 Special Honor, who's my top pick in the race, is taking a little bit of play right now.
Of course, you want an elimination.
Well, she was just 8 to 1.
Oh, so what?
Now down to 5 to 1.
Oh, down 3 ticks.
So taking a little bit of play. I expect about 5 to 1 on this horse because obviously they're gonna bet Tactor and Jingra from the rail, who's even money currently.
I can also tell you, if I know Schnitker, this 8 is leaving again. He loves to blast horses to the front to get them into position. She didn't really hold on as well as some other ones in that race, but I think she could be one to screw up the pace, certainly, and set it up for a closer.
Well, it just depends on then how he's going to go with the 1. I mean, do you expect, him to try to park everything and go that way, or, maybe let one of these ones and then retake and try to control it that way? I don't know.
Either way, I hope air conditioning is somehow involved in this. The theme of the Adios was there's 40 races. The theme of this is there's 400 degrees. Good work, Rod. They should be oh, wait, let's see if we can get on the feed.
Oh, yeah, they can see us. Yeah, they can see us.
Who can see us?
Nobody.
I'm waving on the feed. I'm seeing if it will work. You gotta try sometimes. You gotta try unorthodox things to get your name out there. Oh, you got a horse for us. Oh, you got pick 8 going.
Pick 8.
Oh, all right.
You guys see that does a commercial out of his basement?
Yeah. Oh my God! Someone actually.
Out of his basement.
Yeah. What do you want me to do in my living room?
We need better funding.
That's what we do.
First time I saw guys doing commercials out of their basement was.
2-year-old trotting fillies are on the track for the 5th race, the Jim Doherty Memorial.
Other basement was the War of 1812. Oh,
The Stooges?
no. I know this. Penn and Teller. It almost fit. Okay. Oh, Wayne's World?
Wayne's World.
Oh, okay.
So here's the post parade.
Mike has left the building. He's disinterested.
Mike's taking his break, which is good. We all need a break, especially in this heat.
I need to retire. Let's see here. 40-1 on the 9. Whispering Oaks 23-1. Ice Touches is 4-1. Okay. Well, of course, the appeal with Beautiful Sin. The appeal of Beautiful Sin is that Gingras stays on, and so people are probably getting that incredibly. Although the Ice Duchess to me seems like also worth using on top. She can certainly win. It's not a negative that Yannick jumps off.
No, and the horse raced well last time. I mean, made a wide move, and had a shot, just missed. But I like Special Honor. I'm not going to jump off. Good price, 5-1. But I think I agree with you. I think any of those 4 horses could win.
Well, and Starita, too, is not necessarily worth ignoring either. Her one issue is that she sometimes gets off the gate too far away. But last out, did get up towards the front. And she's what? She's 7-1.
And she's one of those fillies that is hit or miss type. You know, she shows a couple breaks in her line, so that scares a few people off.
Yeah.
But with
as they're parading, I'm trying to get a look here at some of the horses they're parading, because it's futile to try and look off this screen at this point with the sun blaring at us. I see Swizzle Sticks. Swizzle Sticks looks pretty average, but she also is pretty average in past performances too. The Ice Duchess has some personality to her gait. She looks really comfortable on the track, which is definitely a positive. Well, I'm curious about Starita. Starita looks pretty smooth herself going by. I'm between Starita and the Ice Duchess. And it's hard in these kind of races because there's so much value trying to beat Beautiful Sin, but you also got to beat Beautiful Sin, who's currently even money, and she could just be flat out faster than the rest of them. So I feel like Starita has the experience angle on this field, but the Ice Duchess also is making her second start off a 6 scratch. Oh, it's Dave Little got it. Dave Little likes Hannah Dream Girl for an upset. That's not that much of an upset at 5-1, but then again, I'm not calling for much of an upset either. I just can't make up my damn mind. I just know that underneath Hanover's Best is worth using. Let's see. Starita was second to Special Honor. Tractor cover in the Sire Stakes. Special Honor did go a big mile in the Sire Stakes. There's an airplane flying. Hey, Rod, where'd you park? Okay, thank you. Welcome back.
I parked nowhere.
Oh, what do you mean park nowhere? How'd you get here?
I rode with somebody.
Oh. I see Rob here, you know?
So hopefully we can get a price on here at 5-1.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get a bet in because I can't make up my mind between the 5 and the 6.
Can't make up your mind.
They're both good prices, and I gotta decide which one I want to commit to on top. You know what? The Ice Duchess. Ice Duchess on top.
And
that's as far as I got so far.
I like Special Honor still.
The countdown clock's going. I'm not gonna get a bet in.
5-1.
You guys know my horses. The Ice Duchess. I'm fine. I like the Ice Duchess, Starita, and Hanover's Best. Those are my 3 horses. Ice Duchess 9-2, Starita 8-1, Hanover's Best 40-1. Do with that what you will. They're getting ready to go to the gate. God help me calling this race. Oh my God, this is pointless. I can't see a thing. The sun is blaring on me. Mike just came back. I thought you left for good. It's only the 5th race.
No, I didn't go far.
You went far enough.
Yeah.
Rod went to go make his bets. As we have about 17 seconds to post.
I expected a bigger crowd. I think it's early, but
oh, they'll come in.
Maybe it's just too hot outside for people to be outside. Maybe people are hanging inside.
The inside's usually more crowded, but when the races start going, they start pouring out usually.
This is a good price on the 2.
How am I gonna call this? This will be my first Hambletonian. I won't even be able to call it correctly.
The one beautiful sin right now. 9-2 action on the 5, the Ice Duchess.
Okay.
Lord. All this black equipment is extremely hot.
I know, and I'm already so attractive enough as it is. Probably doing over that one's better. Okay, they're lining up. Did you put sunscreen on?
No, I smell it though.
Yeah.
Smells like sunscreen.
Better that than marijuana. Whoa!
Here they go.
Field in line, in motion for the Jim Doherty. They're often trotting. Hanover's Best leaves out. The Ice Duchess too is Starita, trying to float out for position to the inside. Hannah Dream Girl and Beautiful Sin. God bless the skies. They have blanketed the sun into that first turn. Hanover's Best sweeps by, takes command here from Starita, getting away second. Beautiful Sin third, ahead of Starita fourth. Oh God, here's the sun again to the opening corner. As taking the lead, Hanover's Best. The Ice Duchess sits second, Beautiful Sin third to a 28-second opening quarter. Starita's in fourth, Hannah Dream Girl fifth, ahead of Special Honor sixth to the backstretch as they buffer ahead of Jesse's Legacy, Fate Smiled, Whispering Oaks. Those 3 are somewhere in the back. You figure out where they are. We know the Ice Duchess has brushed to the lead, but Beautiful Sin follows suit and matches strides with their stablemate to the 3/8 and half-mile pole. Hanover's Best stalks them from third. Starita begins to reel them in from fourth and angle off the rail. 56-4 the halftime, 28-4. Beautiful Sin has finally cleared the Ice Duchess, but here comes Starita first up around the turn, up to be third, and shuffles back Hanover's Best with on her cover. Coming to 3 quarters, it's Beautiful Sin at the inside, the Ice Duchess, Starita on the outside. Second over, Jesse's Legacy, or rather Hannah Dream Girl, with Hanover's Best shuffled back to 5th. Third over 6th, Special Honor, with towards the back, Swizzle Sticks. Ahead of Zeron with Whispering Oaks. Jesse's Legacy towards the rear in 125-4. Starita trying to power pass. Beautiful Sin. The Ice Duchess with room to the inside. Deeper on the track. Hannah Dream Girl 4 across. Coming down to the 8th ball. Hannah Dream Girl with the Ice Duchess to the inside. The Ice Duchess. Hannah Dream Girl. The Ice Duchess. Going to never stablemate in the Jim Doherty. Beautiful Sin second. Hannah Dream Girl third and 153-4. Well, at the very end, I committed to the Ice Duchess on top. She gets up at 4-1 over Beautiful Sin. Like I said, she was worth using. However, this...
Johnny's really making him look bad as far as his driving. I mean,
he's getting beautiful trips.
I mean, he's putting them right where they need to be.
Oh, boy.
The 2 had a perfect trip, just couldn't finish it.
Again.
She looked like she was going by and then just sort of hung there.
Well, this is the first horse paying over $10, and guess who gave it out?
Well, there you go.
She raced good.
Ray's got a winner.
See,
I had her third. I mean, those were the top 3.
I go for the ones that are over. I go for over $10. That's my game.
Good for you.
You would have broke even.
Good for you.
I'm sorry, one more time?
I said good for you.
Thank you. 5-1-2-6. The obvious 4.
Yeah.
It's been that kind of day. It's a fair track.
So far. the best horses are winning. They're getting the best trips, and that's just. The next race is very interesting, though.
Oh, the next race is, of course, the interesting stakes. Oh, the John Cashman, right. Does the sun really have to keep coming out? Where are these clouds? We have the government controlling the weather. Can't they do a favor for us?
No.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
We don't have the government controlling the weather.
What do you mean?
It would be cool, but we don't.
You clearly aren't informed. Which is probably why you also didn't have the ice touches.
You're probably right.
Again,
5126.
5126. 4-1 over 4-5 over people standing in my way over a big crowd.
5-1, I think.
5-1 and
5-1
6-1
over 6-1. So you're looking at owing the track money by the end of the day.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't the 8-5 nabbing the 1-2 like it was earlier in the day.
Right.
The races are getting more and more worth betting as the card goes on. Although I remember a couple of years ago, Tactor. This is actually interesting. This is Johnny and Ginny's last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard they're actually going to be going into the ice cream business. They're
Who
going to
will
be opening
win
an ice cream
now?
shop.
Yeah, no, they're
It's
not.
hot enough. We should get some ice cream.
Johnny and Jimmy's. They're going to be sprinkles, too.
We've got prices here for
To-
race 5.
Tote dividends. Ice Duchess 1280, 480, 340, the one, Beautiful Sin 260, 220, Two-Handed Dream Girl 340, $2 exacta 5-1, 35.40, $2 trifecta 5-1-2, 135.80. Hey, where's that airplane going? Oh man. We really need a tent. The tent would have saved us so much.
Yeah.
Even without the rain. It's just a miracle our equipment hasn't self-combusted. That's the best
Well,
part.
that's the next thing, you know. It's going to all get too hot and shut down, and then we'll be off the air.
Right.
We might as well just pack up and go home. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, bless the Lord who covereth the sun. He bring the clouds and he taketh them away.
What are you talking about?
I was singing the famous hymn we used to all sing in church.
Yeah, you been to church?
What makes you think I haven't?
That's a decent triple.
5-1-2.
Top 3 choices, $135.
Yeah, I gave you the one on top. Hanover's Best, I was right, was involved, but as you thought, she'd be short.
Yes.
But we have yet another giveaway coming up here.
Another giveaway.
That's all you.
I need to check and see what we're giving away.
Hey, where's that airplane going?
Swag bag. Swag bag.
Swag bag, it's the big one.
We have not worn any of these clothes, mind you, so they will be 100% no sweat. But they were made with 100% sweat, love, and tears. Yeah. In Bangladesh.
Yes.
What are the odds of this race? Animal is only 65. We'll take charge 5-1. That's not bad.
It's too short.
They're betting JL Cruz.
Well, they should. I mean, that horse is legit.
Yeah, I don't like him from the second tier.
No. But he could really match. He's the key to the race, as far as I'm concerned.
No, the key to the race
Here's the
is
swag bag.
What?
Are you ready?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Huge racing fan.
Huge.
Albert. Rita, he's here. And he shared our video. He's on track.
Nice.
And he shared our
Come
video.
see us.
Hey, you can do that, by the way.
12.
You can't only share our feed if you're not here. You can do it while you're here too.
If you're here, come see us.
Yeah.
12th pick. 12th pick. So, someone's giving out their 12th choice.
11, 9-1 here. That's not
Where's
horrible.
that airplane going?
Marion Marauder, 5-1.
Okay, so
So
let me
Al's a
explain
winner.
myself.
Al's a winner.
In Secret's the key to this race because he's the stablemate to Hannelore. If he goes, he puts Hannelore in the mix. If he doesn't go, Hannelore's stuck, essentially.
Okay. I mean,
That the race relies on what Brennan does.
okay. I'll buy that.
but this horse always tends to leave, so it seems like that's probably, it's not out of the question that he's going to push off the gate.
Well, we've got plenty of time to discuss this race, so we'll be back in a minute and a half.
Danny Farms is proud to announce the arrival of sire World of Rock and Roll to Illinois. Regally bred World of Rock and Roll is by Rock and Roll Hanover out of Worldly Beauty, an earner of $1.9 million, and from the family that sired $3 million champion pacer Captain Treacherous. World of Rock and Roll, a winner on the Grand Circuit, has sired foals with a total of over $3.3 million in earnings, including 2-year-old filly pacer of the year in Ohio, Bad Girls Rule. Standing at Walker Standardbreds for $1,500, call Danny Farms at 312-446-8310 or go to dannyfarm.com and book your mare today.
Join us September 3rd, 2018 at the annual Illini Classic Yearling Sale. Over 100 yearlings from top Illinois sires such as Duneside Perch, Sagebrush, Sportsmaster, Cassis, Pizzazzed, and many others will be sold. Recent sales graduates include 2018 Cardinal winner Holden Steady and 2017 Illinois 3-year-old Colt Pacer of the Year, Captain Red. Visit IlliniClassic.com for details. The Illini Classic Yearling Sale, where champions are found.
LeBlanc Designs has been in the harness racing business for over 20 years. Based in Truro, Nova Scotia, and beginning with clients from Truro Raceway, LeBlanc Designs now offers handcrafted and personalized helmet designs to some of harness racing's top drivers, including Tim Tetrick, Hall of Famer David Miller, Corey Callahan, and many more. LeBlanc Designs also offers airbrushing and vinyl designs for hockey masks, motorcycle helmets, and guitars. For more information, go to LeBlancDesigns.com or call it 902-899-7922.
So we're back.
Howdy.
We are back. We got 11 minutes to post for race 6. And race 6 is
I think it's an
mile and an eighth.
excellent race
Keep
to
that
bet.
in mind. Mile and an eighth. Cashman Memorial for free-for-all trotters. And field of 12. Favorite is obviously, most likely going to be Hanover the 12. But currently, the horse taking some money is the one who will take charge.
I like that there's a rich man whose name, like a man with a lot of money whose name is literally Cash Man. There's just sometimes things in this world you have to appreciate, and that's one of them. That's a kid with the flag. There he goes.
My question is, what's wrong with the 9 in this race?
Warwick Rue.
Yep.
This is Bob McClure guy. He's not John Campbell.
No, but, this
Look
was,
at the t-shirt.
if you watch those 2 preferred races at Woodbine, 2 back, that was an extremely good race. The horse never looked like a loser. And then last time, tripped out to win, but is facing some of the better trotters racing right now. Those are stakes horses up there racing in those preferred races.
He's 12 to 1, so it's not like he's going to get ignored.
But this horse has a legitimate chance to win this race.
Now, here's a question I have. Now, we know that you follow the Woodbine circuit over at NAHUpicks.com. Do you feel that maybe you have a bit of a kind of favoring towards him because you've seen him race and you know what kind of horse he is? So maybe you feel that maybe there could be some kind of bias?
No, because I know what he's been facing. So if I think that he was facing lesser horses or horses that aren't up to these kind of horses, then I wouldn't like him.
You mean like Dancer Hall and Dunbar Hall compared to Hanover, Will Take Charge?
But those are, this horse will take charge racing that race last time. It was 4th off a perfect track. So what?
That means what? He hadn't raced in a month. It was most likely a prep race.
It was still 4th.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I think he's 2 to 1. He should be.
Well, I'm getting 13 to 1 on the 9. You're getting 2 to 1 on the 1. So and the 4 or the 9 beat the 1 last time.
I just that logic sometimes doesn't work. And it only doesn't work when I don't like the horse.
Well, you're getting a price to find out here, and you're getting 13 to 1. And by the time the race goes off, you might get closer to 20.
What other prices we got? There's a breeze coming in. Oh, do you feel that, Rod?
Yep.
Oh.
That could stay like this the rest of the day and not hurt us at all.
Oh, this would be perfect. Should bring the odds up. Come on. Come on, monkey.
It would be me, you mean?
Why are we snapping?
I'm waiting for the odds.
Yeah, don't snap.
What do you mean, don't snap? Don't snap. Well, that's just dance. Okay. So, In Secret's 31, reasonable. Dason 30, don't even want that. Bill's Man 13. Okay. International Money's 28. He's had every chance to race well, and he just seems to not. I don't
see
know
how
what's
you
wrong
can
with
play
him.
him right now.
Yeah.
He's just not the same animal.
There's something going on there. Lindy the Great, let's see, 22, taking more play than his stablemate, but he came home a bit. Well, he came home slower. But he's not even of this class. I know my chip, is going to leave. He's 55-1. Do you think that helps him?
I don't know. I don't.
Getting up towards the front?
I mean, he's another one that could make it interesting on Hannelore. How many horses are going to take a shot? Do you really think they're going to let her walk around there, going for 280,000? I don't know. This is her toughest race this year from the 12 hole.
I would totally be betting against her in this race too. In terms of most likely winner, unfortunately, I think it's Will Take Charge. I'm not getting a good price on him at 9-5, so I'm trying to do what you're doing. I'm not going to talk you off War Weiroo. I just personally am not a big fan.
I like the 8, I like the 9, I like the 11. I think all of them have a legitimate chance to upset.
Marion at 5-1 seems a little low, but I agree he does have a shot. I don't really like JL Cruz. I think he's the catalyst of the pace that most likely burns himself out.
Yeah, but the thing about JL Cruz is he's very classy. He loves this racetrack. He looked very good last time off the layoff, and he probably is going to be better here. This horse is extremely capable.
That track helped him out so well, though. The front held very well.
But he was off a layoff and went 51-2.
He was going 52-3.
This horse has gone 50.
It's not. I'm not as enticed by that as you.
Well, he's made 1.2 million. There's only one other horse that's made more.
Their earnings really don't impact me. My earnings would impact me.
Yeah.
Hey, what's with all the airplanes?
But you'd be way down in class, I'd say that.
6 minutes till post for this race. You took the odds down?
Yes.
Why?
They're right in front of you, right there.
Yeah, but now I gotta look over there.
9-5 on Hannelore.
Yeah, people are getting scared.
She's gonna drop.
They're getting worried.
I don't know what they're worried about.
I think this is a good race to start pick threes if you're interested in that sort of thing.
You think Shingra tries to sit a stalking race?
Well, he has to. It's for the 12 hole. What's he gonna do? Run over the one?
Well, no.
The 2 can leave.
I think he's gonna likely just sit on the outside the first quarter and brush just past the quarter down the backside to make the lead. Seems like the logical play there.
I just feel like if any horse is going to beat Hannelore, it's Will Take Charge. He's shown the ability to do so. He's making his second start off a 6 scratch. That race coming back isn't terrible. He pulled first over in his first start in a month. He at least showed something, even if he lost. But again, I'm not giving you anything interesting at 2-1, so I personally wouldn't go bet that. I'm trying to find what kind of horses underneath are really good prices.
Well, I've given you a couple. You're just not interested in any of them.
You're right. you said it better than me. Oh, now you put the odds back up here. What a gent.
Well, they've got Brian Cashman on the broadcast right now, who is the general manager of the New York Yankees. His dad was John Cashman, so he's here representing him.
Because this is, of course, the memorial. John was his dad?
Yes.
So it's 4 minutes to post now. I don't have much to say until we see the odds adjust a bit more. The public agrees that Will Take Charge and Hannelore are pretty evenly matched. I think that's only because of draw. If Hannelore was on the gate, we might be seeing a different betting board.
Now, what about the horse that last year we were all on this day during the Hambletonian? Had a miscue in the Hambo, but came back this year as a 4-year-old. Hasn't done much, but has shown up in a big race. So the 5 International Money.
The one thing I was thinking with him, I was saying to Mike, the track definitely helped JL Cruz last week. It seemed like a lot of horses did really well racing on the front, and the front held very well. Did I mention that the front was the place to be? Because it was like a conveyor belt, some people say, because on a conveyor belt...
I completely disagree with you.
On a conveyor... How?
Well, a lot of this to your races came from off the pace. Would you like to go back and look at it?
On Saturday? During the Oaks eliminations?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well, here we've got 2 horses that are getting bet and nobody else is getting bet. So there is a lot of top how do I want to say it? Top money in this race going to only 2 horses, and there's enough of a field here that other horses should be taking some more play, other than Marion Marauder.
The problem, though, is you have Handler Will Take Charge and Marion, who seem in that upper echelon of horses, compared to the rest of these guys who have just not shown much at this level. It's a big step up to try and beat Hannelore here, so that's why you're not seeing a lot of them get play. Marion can beat her, Will Take Charge can beat her, but the rest of them would have to step up a ton from their past performances.
The 9 can certainly beat her.
Well, we know international money can go with these.
The 11 can beat her.
When he's right. I mean, last week, just no chance. Had 0 chance. I think we can all agree on that. He comes home in 26-3, a mile and 52-2, and made up 2 lengths. I mean, he was just too far out of it to have an impact there.
Show me a line where you think that he's anywhere close right now.
3 back. Parking the mile in the graduate final. That's a tough trip. I give him an excuse for that. That shows something.
Beat by 14 lengths, though.
I don't care.
I do.
His first start of the year, he was second.
I don't see a line here that wins, period.
You'd be betting on him to bounce back,
I'm
and
not
that's why you're
saying,
getting 24-1.
I'm not saying the horse can win. I'm saying he should hit the ticket. He's a big price. Use him. And there's our commercial.
On Hambletonian.
They're showing our commercial.
There you go. We're just sitting here
So
watching
they're playing
our
our commercial, and we're here.
Remember when Narcissus fell into the lake? I would rather be drowning right now.
Why?
Just sounds exotic.
So post parade coming up here for race 6.
If you like Handler, you get 3-2.
And you know what's funny? What's really funny? Ken still laughs at that commercial. He sees it every night, and he still laughs at it.
Wait, which Ken?
Workington.
Really?
Yeah.
It is funny. That's probably one of the best things you've ever done.
Oh yeah, not anything that I've done recently. I don't top myself.
What is that, like 3 months old, maybe?
I made that in January.
All right. So it's 7 months old.
Well, it's just because my feature film is taking so long to get funding, and also the screenplay done. But there's a lot of other things you gotta get done before you make a big movie, blockbuster, coming attraction.
Yeah, 30-second commercials are much easier, I would think.
That's true. You guys think it's so genius? It only took like an hour to make.
Oh, and we do want to say, keep sharing the broadcast.
Yes.
You can win more prizes. We're giving prizes away all day. After every stakes final, there will be a prize given away.
The only prize we're not giving away, a vial of my sweat, because we are
Thank
afraid
God.
that cloning technology will become too powerful, and I will not be the only one.
I'm surprised that JL Cruz is 13-1 versus Marion at 5-1.
2016 Hambletonian winner Marion Marauder.
Marion's 4-1. I mean, that's a low price, I think.
It's too low.
Yeah. Nothing here is really an interesting price to me. I know you have your opinions. Well, what looked like to be a good betting race has turned out to be pretty even towards the obvious horses.
Well, I mean, that's...
What does Ock do?
What do you expect?
On Yes Mickey. Because Ock loves to mess these races
Well,
up.
he could mess
Well,
it
he's
up
got the
for
10
sure.
hole. That's tough. So he's...
It could be tough for the rest of them, too.
And he's behind a horse that has made breaks off the gate.
Yes Mickey?
Oh, wait, no, he's on 10 hole.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's stuck
Vernon.
outside. He's stuck outside. So that's, I mean, tough spot.
It's the 10 hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough spot, especially in a field of 12, but the mile and an eighth, that could be the key here.
There she is.
Mile and an eighth, they're going to start basically right next to us.
And we'll still be calling it off this crappy screen. Which is not crappy during the night, but is miserable right now. Where's Anthony? Where's Anthony?
I don't know.
I guess that kid must be on the way. Uh-oh. The stream was buffering. Now we're good.
We're good now.
I'm gonna lean towards you, Mike, because I don't have much of a betting opinion here. You have some prices you like.
There we go.
What kind of bets do you think about making here?
Well, I actually went heavy on pick threes, using 8, 9, and 11 here in this race. I did save a little, just made a dollar play with the 1 just in case. I have no 12 whatsoever. And then, I'm a little chalky going forward. I like the 2 and the 3 in the cane. I think those are the 2 best horses. I really don't envision anything else beating those 2. And then in the first Tambo, I think it's either the 5 or the 6. I'm against Atlanta.
You aren't concerned about the fact that he's going off laces?
Well, I mean, that is a concern, but, he's 3 for 3. He's in the right hands, and I feel like he's faster than these. I'm against the filly a little in the race. I really like the 6 more than anything. That's my top pick. I feel like it sets up for him, but I'll use the 5 over the 7 in the race just because I feel like he's got talent. I'm going to overlook the Lasix, I guess.
For the whole prize, I think Metz Hall is one worth looking at if he makes the final because they are going to be blazing, I imagine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speed here.
The only other horse I would use maybe is a 2.
If he'd have to bounce. He's been racing not too well, but at the same time, Fourth Dimension also has been a bit off, so I'm wondering if there was like some kind of bug going around Melander's barn. Might have impacted those 2 horses.
I don't know. I definitely think that horse makes the final. I just feel like it really sets up well for Crystal Fashion in that first LM. There's a lot of speed in the race. I feel like Atlanta's going to go and try to, take it to everything early. If Wolfgang would happen to get tired, the 6, who looked dead on the turn last week, just end up, flying late to win. So
I didn't think he looked dead on the turn.
I did. I didn't expect him to rally the way he did. Here's a horse that, if you say the front end was good last week, well, this horse won against it then. So that's, another reason to move up.
I definitely think he's a strong contender, more so in the final, just because these eliminations usually tend to be pretty one-dimensional. A lot of horses just kind of line up, make the final, and then in the final, they go.
Yeah,
that's 2 heat races.
I get that. But you still got to make it. So, and I think you get to pick your post, yeah?
You get guaranteed inside 1 through 6.
Okay, so I mean that matters. That's significant, especially for a horse like this. So,
which if you have a program on track, I believe. Oh no, elimination winner draws 1 through 5. Yeah. Certain races are 1 through 6. What are those? A 6 post really? But this race in particular, you gotta play some verticals, don't you?
It's probably wise, especially given what I like in the race. I just feel like Hannelor's probably 1st or 2nd. I'm trying to beat her on top, so do you really think that she's out of the top 2?
I mean, I don't think so. You'd be looking to try and get some of these other horses underneath.
Yeah. My problem is I think there's a big disconnect for the cans versus can get nothings.
I think In Secret can get something, and he's 39 to 1.
I mean, the horse certainly has made a lot of money.
Horse has been tremendous over on the open circuit at Yonkers. Has raced okay on the 2nd tier trot circuit. Was 3rd to Marion Marauder, 2nd to Homicide Hunter back at the Charlie Hill Memorial.
For a price, it's not impossible. Right now, 39 to 1. So I don't mind that.
To hit the board, especially.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, though, yes, Mickey, if he gets involved. He's been off since the 14th of July. Raced okay in the Hambletonian Maturity. Finished 5th, but he lost ground. That was against Ariana G. But again, Ariana G, I thought she was going to go into this race. But then again, when you're in against Hanover, might as well just go against the Mares in the Steel later on.
Right, for similar money.
I'd probably be playing Will Take Charge on top with Hannelore
7 to 2. Do you think that's too low?
No, the fact that he's going up makes me more intrigued.
Okay.
Because he was 9 to 5 earlier in the betting.
I just think it's too short for him, especially off those last couple.
That last race isn't terrible. 2 starts back rather. That's a good race.
2 starts back was a huge race, but really that was almost 2 months ago.
He has a Titan under his belt. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay. But you're getting too low a price.
According to you.
Yes.
Don't you put words in my mouth. Put other things in my mouth. Okay, so.
Not in your life.
I mean food. Feed me, please.
No. Just stop.
What do you mean stop?
Stop with that.
It's so past lunchtime. I ate breakfast so long ago.
Nobody's putting anything in your mouth, no matter how hard you try.
They're lining up.
Where did Rod go?
He went to go make the Hambo bets.
You'll be able to see.
Yeah.
Trotters come off the turn into the straightaway here for the start of race 6.
Hambletonian maturity. Rather giant Cashman Memorial. More than full field of 12 in behind the gate, swinging into the stretch, in motion and approaching the start.
First of all, I know that chip and Barry Marauder leading hard. In secret, I will take charge. From the inside, we'll take
Off and trotting, yes, Mickey off stride to the far outside. I know my chip leaves out. We'll take charge too with In Secret alongside. I know my chip rushing up to take command. Marion Marauder parked out then to that first turn. International Money floats away for position to the outside of Hannelore Hanover with JL Cruz pushing for position towards the rail. They're then followed by around the first turn Dason to the inside of International Money, dropping back now with towards the very back of the pack. Callahan with Bill's Man through a 26-1 opening quarter, parked out towards the very rear of the field. Lindy the Great, and then last of all, Warrawee Roo. 26-1 again that opening quarter to the backstretch. Marion Marauder took the lead from In Secret to the outside. I know my chip locked in third. Here comes Hannelore Hanover, rushing 3 wide to take command, heading to that half-mile station. Off stride there went International Money. Here's Hannelore Hanover, the world champion, taking control in 54-2. She's commandeered him through a 28-1 second quarter with Marion Marauder's sitting pocket. In Secret in contention, third to the outside. I know my chip locked in fourth. On cover will take charge fifth. Shuffled back, JL Cruz sixth to the inside with Dason towards the very back of the pack, or rather the outside of JL Cruz coming past 3/4 in 1:23-2. Stablemates are 1-2. Hannelore Hanover a length in front of In Secret to the outside. Marion Marauder locked in as will take charge, makes his move. He's rushing 3 wide. I know my chip in behind. Dason trotting into contention 2. Past the 3/4 of the top of the stretch. Will take charge, rushing up and brushing past Hannelore Hanover. Will take charge. Here comes Marion Marauder off the rail, angling up to try and challenge Will take charge, but Hannelore battles back. Will take charge outside. Hannelore Hanover inside. Marion Marauder trying to get by them all, and Marion Marauder, the Hambletonian champion, bounces air and takes the Cashman from Will take charge with Hannelore Hanover third in 2:06, the mile in 51-4.
There you go. Top pick winner, NAHUpicks.com.
Marion Marauder. He's good enough. He's a great horse.
Oh, perfect. That was a perfect drive. The absolute perfect drive. 4-1, little light, but still.
What I thought was interesting was all of the Burke horses kind of lined up as a blockade there.
Right, exactly.
And he still got him.
That was the perfect strategy. They put the other Burke horse at 70-1 as a pick the entire way around the racetrack, but that was a tough trip for the 12. I mean, you know, you're 3 wide down the backside at this place. You have a hard time. I don't care how good you are.
How about Will take charge, though?
Raced exceptionally well. It looked like the winner, actually, mid-stretch.
Yeah. And got that room. 8-1-12, if I'm not mistaken.
8-1-12-7. 7 raced pretty well, too, getting a nice spot.
That was the horse I said he's going to go, and if he stays up there, he might just...
That's a good way to start to pick 3 there, though.
8-1-12-7.
Third choice, but beat the big chalks there. So we get value going forward.
What do you got, 4-1?
4-1.
That's not bad.
No. From an 8-1 morning line, that was obvious to be too large, but...
As we wait for prices to go official, how's Handle looking so far?
It'd be nice if we could see some odds for that.
Oh, yeah.
We got a couple races to the first elimination.
We got a couple of people standing in front of us, too. I got to get one of these funnel.
Roddick's disappeared again, obviously. He probably went to eat.
Well, no. He went to go get the bets in for the Hambletonian winners.
The winners?
Yep.
Weren't we supposed to give something away after this race, too?
We were. But Rodney should be back in time for that.
Oh, yes. He handles all the giveaways and such.
What, you expect me to?
No, not me either.
Well, we're in agreement then. As Marion Marauder comes back to the winner's circle, the Cane Pace up next. Ooh, this could be a race. Of course it's going to be a race. You got horses lining up, they go in a circle, and they finish, you move up.
I'm not really too clever here in this race.
What a day for Muscle Hill. It helps that Muscle Hill sired like 90% of all trotters that are racing nowadays. He's kind of like the Sun Beach somewhere in that sense. I'd like to say that horses were rushing in that call. But then again, I can barely see things as is, so I was going for more for accuracy.
Considering what you got going on here, I think you're doing just fine.
I see someone eating a husk of corn with powdered sugar on it.
Yes, corn.
I have to say, interesting choice. Interesting.
Yes, given all the food around here, like that would be not something I'd necessarily go for, but
why not?
I just wouldn't do it.
You don't like experimenting?
No.
You were never much for diversity. I don't know what that means. Horses warming up for the 9th race coming up.
So if you're listening to this broadcast, we've been pretty much all around every race. I mean, the winners are, you've had a few, I've had a few, Rod had the first couple.
Nothing too gigantic, though.
No, but I mean, they're there. I mean, you got $10
prices
here.
Marion Marauder, the winner, $10.40, $4.60, $3. The 1 will take charge, $5.20, $3.20, then the 12, Hannelore Hanover, $2.10. 8-1 exacta, good for $41.60. The $2 trifecta, 8-1-12, $141. $140,
yeah.
$140, wow. That's for 2. So that's 70 for
Dime
1.
Super was $160.
And
Pick 3s were good. Pick 3s, $183.
That 7 horse was going to be up there.
And that early pick 4 was $478. I missed leg 2 when I didn't have your 6 horse there. That was unfortunate.
Now, I will be honest. This track, kind of front heavy.
It's getting there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be close.
But then again, all of the best horses are also just close.
Well, they're being driven that way.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want to be directly on the lead, but you want to be top 3 turning for home for sure. So, and it kind of reminds me of last year in some ways too.
Oh yeah, last year was incredible.
Rod brought a beer back, but failed to bring me one.
We're the only show, by the way, where our hosts drink on air.
Well, we're not regulated by anyone.
Exactly.
Well, I don't drink on air.
Well, you're on air right now with a beer.
Yeah, you can't see it. But
you lost.
3 of the first 4 of our contest, our $50 Hambo bet winners. Bets are in. You can see them right here. Yep. Let's go this way.
Oh, there they are.
We got 50 to win on Atlanta, I see.
50 on Atlanta.
50 on 6-pack. 50 on 4th Dimension.
After race 6, we're giving away MSOA hat.
Yeah. MSOA hat giveaway.
MSOA hat giveaway.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Chop, chop. And then after this race, of course, we will be taking a timeout before the first elimination for the Hambletonian, which is a lot earlier than expected.
I'm curious about that, yeah.
We're almost like 40 minutes ahead of schedule, which I'm okay with. But the fact that we got 6 races through in 2 hours?
No, well, here's the thing.
Broadcast
they have, exactly.
Yeah.
They have a 4 to 5:30 broadcast for 3 races.
Right.
So it will be timed.
Oh, yeah.
National TV, by the way. So
CBS Sports, which if you have the most premium package, you gotta scroll, and find it eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Rick.
MSOA hat, Tabby Moore.
Write that down. Write
Tabby
that down.
Moore. Tabby Moore, you want an MSOA hat. And we're going to throw in a Hawthorne t-shirt as well.
We're going to throw in a Hawthorne t-shirt?
Yep.
sharp as a tack.
You have to be up on your cliches if you're going to do interviews.
Well, I mean, they're horsemen. They aren't novelists.
Keep sharing, people, because as you can see, winners all day long. You might win something.
And if you don't, sorry. Where's that plane going? Where's your part?
I didn't.
So we got how many minutes till this 7th race? 6 minutes.
Not long.
For the cane pace. Courtly Choice, I assume, is a big favorite.
Even money.
Even money, okay. Stay Hungry. What, second choice?
Yes.
What's Nutcracker Street?
7.
I would not take that horse at 7. Babes Dig Me, I'd be interested.
20.
Okay.
Odds board here is, I mean, it's okay.
It's what we expected, I would think.
Yeah.
But the problem with the cane is that we don't know what happened to Abel, but other than that, the problem with the cane, to over your head,
I think we know what happened.
It needs speed in order for it to create that upset. Delta winner won a couple years ago with that setup, although Control the Moment back in 2016 won.
The problem is there's a big disconnect with the class, I think, of the top 2 choices versus, unless you think the 9 can win from out there. I didn't like that race in the audience, really.
I'd be interested in Babes Dig Me just because he has the rail. He hasn't been racing terribly. He's been in the finals. It's just he's probably not of the same caliber, but Courtly Choice also benefits extremely off good trips every time.
But, the horse kicks home every time, though. 25 and 4, 26 and 2. You don't see too many of those kind of fractions, except for on the 3, who kicks in similar fashion. The other horses just can't go that fast late. So
4 minutes to go then. Although Stay Hungry, I assume you're high on this one.
Obviously.
At 3-1.
I've always liked this horse. This horse has a ton of class. He tends to need a little bit of a setup, but he could get one in here. He likes the big track, and I felt like he was misdriven a little in that final, for the Meadowlands pace. Just wasn't in the right spot. Couldn't kick home with the winner, but still got third. I mean,
We really should get a no smoking sign. How about you? Who are you? Have we met? Ray Cattol.
No. For me, in this race,
Ray Cattol.
what about your toe?
Nice to meet you.
Why are you talking about your toes? No.
Now you made that look weird.
Yeah, you're weird. Don't touch me there again.
There we go. Nice to meet you. Who are you? Go on.
For me, my top choice, I'm going to go with Stay Hungry, just for a little bit of value here. Obviously, Courtly Choice is going to take all the money, as he probably should. There's no reason why one of these 2 horses won't win this race. The other one, I think, has a price play underneath the 7, Hayden Hanover. Missed a couple weeks there, but he got a qualifier in, He hasn't raced in 3 weeks, but he got that qualifier last week, and the qualifier was really, really good. He was in with Lazarus and Lather Up and Bloodline, finished right behind them.
Losing ground. I love that.
Yeah, the last quarter was 25 and 3.
Well, maybe he should have gone faster.
Yeah, right. Any horse that can chase those and keep up going that type of mile is going to be okay their next start.
Well, it seems like you need to brush up on what the phrase keeping up means.
He did keep up. He only got beat 4.
He lost 3 lengths into the turn.
I don't care.
That's not keeping up. That's just chasing.
That was the last half in 53 seconds.
Oh, I didn't bring my calculator with me. We'd be doing math.
53-second last half wins just about any race you're in.
But better than 50.
It's kind of the key to the race. I mean,
he's got a shot, and he's 22-1. He's bringing value.
I'm not sure he can win it, but he can certainly hit the board.
He's going to need things to happen up front, I think. He does have speed, so he might leave, but he's one I think might benefit from a trip. If he leaves, he's going to have to look for the 2-hole, but if he ducks, he can follow some horses.
You feel like the 9's blasting off here?
Yes.
My problem was, I thought he blasted in the Adios and he didn't move. And then he just kind of sat on the outside and grounded around the whole way.
Yeah, he doesn't have a ton of gate speed, so I mean, he can get off the car enough, but I don't see him leaving. That's a tough spot, and everybody kind of knows that horse. He's 9-2 currently. He's taking a little more money than I like.
But he's sort of the third alternative to the top two. So I much prefer the price in the 7 for sure.
Well, Grand Teton we haven't mentioned. He's raced his last 2 starts against older horses. Sure, he didn't make the Meadowlands pace elimination, but still, he came home in 25-3, chasing home Courtly Choice, gained ground doing so he kicked home better than Courtly Choice did in that race, which is too far out of the mix to really be a factor. And the fact that he's won against older horses, despite breaking from interference, and then was second last time out, I think 34-1 has been high on him.
Yeah, a little bit. He plays. Again, this is a race. I think the chalks. I think the chalks are going to be there, which are the 2 and the 3. Courtly Choice to Stay Hungry,
as they have been all day.
But you know, for one of those horses that can slide in there, it really could be any of the other 7 horses here because it's so wide open underneath. You just got to look for the horse that's going to get the trip. Because they're all decent prices for the most part, other than maybe American History from the outside.
You know, that reminds me, what did the pick 4 pay?
$478.
Really?
That's good.
Wow.
There wasn't like huge favorites. I mean, there was a lot of 3 and 4 to 1 shots that weren't favored. So
yeah.
You know,
and then you beat Howland number 2.
Right.
This race is sponsored by Fairwinds Farm, by the way.
I want to give a shout out to Colin Kelly up in Canada watching.
Oh, nice.
Driver up there at currently at Grand River, Flamborough, Georgian. The tracks, basically every track that's not Mohawk is where he drives.
I feel like you were dissing him.
No, he drives like every track, which is a good thing.
Just not Mohawk.
I would say he's my favorite London driver.
It's like saying, you know, he's a great driver for a Canadian. Yeah. It's like, you don't mean anything backhanded by it, but it just sounds dismissive.
So if you guys have a pick here, if you have a pick in this race, let us know. If you pick the winner, maybe we'll throw in another prize, live on the feed. But you have to comment the horse that you think is going to win. I'll throw up the odds right now. They're doing the first parade.
Sorry, I got a little queasy.
Current favorite is the 2, Courtly Choice at 4-5. Second choice is the 3, Stay Hungry. My pick is the 3, Stay Hungry.
Oh, you have to, of course, emphasize it's your pick.
Who's your pick, Ray?
Well, you know, back when I was born, I never thought that I would be in the position I am now.
Yeah.
Having to pick the winner of the $281,000 Kane Pace 3-year-old Open, sponsored by Fairwinds Farms, Alanya Racing, and Camden Hills Farm.
And me.
But what the public does not know is you are also holding a giant baseball bat right behind my head. And I am feeling deeply threatened and stressed, which means the horse that I picked, you know, is the horse I really like. That's Grand Teton, 40-1.
40-1 on top?
Yeah.
Mike, who's your top pick here? I think on NAHU picks I went Courtly Choice, Stay Hungry, and I forget, I'll have to look see who I picked for 3rd.
A little. Just start going.
I got your cheese.
You got it through?
It's in my car.
Oh, that'll make it taste even better. I gotta go back Grand Teton.
Well, while Ray's doing that, we have a special guest here who happens to be a racing legend. Let me get the camera up. Hold on. Scoot over. Legend of harness racing, Bill O'Donnell. Bill, thanks for joining us. It's been a while since we met up in Mohawk. That was the opening night at Mohawk, or the grand opening night, I should say, during our broadcast there. What have you been doing since then?
Same as I was doing before, I guess. Just putting in time and kind of, what do I do? try to supply the benefits for horsemen and represent horsemen on racing issues. Other than that, not much of anything.
We saw you in the winner's circle a couple races ago with doing an interview with Hollywood Hayden. You guys go way back. He was here when you were here, which I don't know. That's pretty rare.
Well, that's why they put the fence around here to keep him in. Right? Hollywood wasn't to keep people out. So no, he came here around 82, maybe. I think he said. 83 maybe. I came here in 79 and permanently in 80, and he came shortly after that, I think. And he's been here ever since. He's a world of knowledge. And if you don't believe me, ask him. Right?
The thing I always kind of wanted to ask you on air, not off the air, but on air, you come down to a day like today. You used to drive on days like today. What is the mindset you have now compared to when you drove?
More relaxed. Enjoy it. Well, not that I didn't enjoy driving, but for these guys driving into all these big races today, there's a lot of pressure. We all know that, right? And from owners to trainers to the help, I mean everybody. You're the guy that's responsible now. You got to do the thinking for that horse. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? So it's but in the whole realm of things, Hervé Filion used to say, when one race is over, turn the page. Let's go to the next one. Forget about it, or go home and kick the dog in the ass. I mean, don't dwell on it. And I think I was pretty good at that, to do that. Now, I love watching races. I love horse racing. I love horses. So if they had this. If I was here, I'd be here all the time, like I am home. I love racing. So.
Did you drive down or did you fly down?
Drove down. There was a lot of flight problems here coming in here yesterday. Yeah. Were you? Yeah. No, we left yesterday morning around 6, which that's not my style. I never made any money in the daytime in my life. I was always making money after dark, like a cat burglar, right? So we got here about 2:30, and it was fun.
Like you have fun, like being around here, the fans like interacting all the time with everybody, just saying, always have a nice word. It's kind of cool just being around the place.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's more. They try here, absolutely. I mean, obviously they do. I mean, they have lots of struggles with purse money and whatnot, and competing with the racetracks that have slots, but they really do try here, and it's evident that people come here. This Hambletonian weekday or whatever you want to call it, it's got so much bigger. Like every year, I can see it. Back in the 80s, there was lots of people here, but now there's a lot of people are race fans now. You hear them talking, I'm going to bet on this. I like this guy. I'll watch him ride. Years ago, it was just more people would show up for a day, right? Now there's real horse people, I think now.
And that's a really good thing to see. Fans kind of rejuvenated when they come back, like a day like today, and like the day we were at Mohawk, the place was packed.
Yeah.
And for us, that's kind of what we want to see where we go. We want to see the huge crowd come in and really enjoy themselves, and we want to play the races and learn about it.
Yeah. And, with the stable.ca with Anthony, I mean, what a tireless guy. I mean, he's unbelievable. That he's opened up a whole new world, for people buying small pieces of horses with not a whole lot of expense. And with the French trotters coming over to the Yonkers with the Joe Ferrello thing there, that's a great thing. That's a great thing that they've done. Now they're going to keep those horses all racing against one another and create interest both ways. You can only help everybody, right?
We got the
Kane here, I think, right?
Kane pace here.
Yeah.
So let's try to call this here. If it doesn't buffer.
It certainly isn't Ray. Where did Ray
Ray disappeared. They're off. This is the plan. Takes off the gate, along with Hayden Hanover, and from the far outside, I'm a big deal. The inside, Nutcracker Sweet fires early. As they go to the quarter, I'm a big deal. Takes the lead. This is the plan. Sits second by about 2. Third is Nutcracker Sweet. Fourth on the rail, Hayden Hanover at 28-1. 25-3 opening quarter. Ray's back, so he's going to call now.
Yes, in front here is I'm a big deal to the back stretch, sitting second. This is the plan, with back third Nutcracker Sweet ahead of Hayden Hanover fourth. Away fifth then, not Nutcracker Sweet. Rod, tell me who's fifth. Courtly Choice will say his fifth. As the sun is discolorizing this field, the half-mile pull, 53 and 3.5 miles set by I'm a big deal. He's a big deal. All right, outside Nutcracker Sweet from third up to be second. Now then a length of the lead coming to the three-quarter pull. Underway towards the back of the pack. Courtly Choice, along with American history on his back as they come on to three quarters. The sun is blaring and Nutcracker Sweet is taking the lead from I'm a big deal to the inside. This is the plan, looks for room. American history's kicking off cover. Three quarters in 1:20 and 2. And Hayden Hanover's in between them. Outside Nutcracker Sweet. Outside deeper on the track, American history with Courtly Choice and Stay Hungry. They're all coming late. Courtly Choice with Stay Hungry up the inside. Then comes Babes Dig Me, but Stay Hungry lunging up to take it from maybe Babes Dig Me to the inside in 1:47 and 3/5.
Another winner from me. Bang, bang.
I was worried to get shut out just to lose.
Gave out another one live on the air.
What did that come in? Who are all those horses?
Perfect ride, really. That was the first horse to really come from way out.
That was Grand Teton. He got third. No, he got second. Grand Teton got second.
I don't think so, Rob.
I think so. Grand Teton was second, 60-1.
So as soon as
She's in the colors of what's their face? Diamond Creek Racing. That's McCarthy. Yeah. That was 351. I played a backup ticket with Courtly Choice on top. I should have put that. That's going to pay a lot. That's going to be gigantic.
Yes,
It's going to be huge. 3512.
Yeah. As we wait for prices, reminder, we will be taking a 10-minute break because we have to, so they don't kick us off our feed.
Getting every number possible.
So make sure you come right back because we will have the first elimination for the Hambletonian coming right up as soon as we come back from break here shortly.
Yeah, I need to go
in
cry for
exactly
10
10 minutes. You can stay right here, just back out of this feed and wait for my next post. Just refresh your feed here in about 1 minute. It'll be 10 minutes. We'll come right back up.